Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, family. Shabbat Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to the Most High, owner, creator, and possessor of all things. In the name, Bahashem, of Mashiach Yahushua, in the name of his anointed Savior, the Holy Messiah, who's currently sitting at his right hand right now as we speak, long to the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. I'm your brother Malachi Maccabee. Honor, humility, STL, sect of the Nazarene, House of Zion, home, school, folk tribe, static attic, all of the above. Right back at it with another Sabbath lesson, part 2 to the DC and Marvel Comics Exposed, the fear of Isra-Elite Supermen, part 2 to that. So I just wanted to come on and chop it up with the fam. I want to thank the Most High for another Shabbat or another Shabbat, a Sabbath, for allowing us to rest and get our minds together. It's truly a blessing that we're allowed to come together and praise his name, lift up his name. You understand? We're going to be back in the book of Joshua again today, going over the strength and the power and what's called like the supernatural strength of the sons of Jacob or Yaakov. We're going to hit some other scriptures pertaining to the Messiah and the power of prayer. You understand? If we really understood how close we are and how connected we are to the Almighty, you understand? We wouldn't look at our thoughts and our speech and our deeds, even our prayer towards him. We wouldn't look at it like it was just something soft, should I say. You understand? Prayer is powerful, man. Prayer is a weapon. All throughout the Bible, because of prayer, miracles were happening. The heavens were shut up for 3.5 years. Fire fell out the sky from the throne of the Almighty. People were healed of their infirmities. You know what I'm saying? All type of things happen. So prayer is powerful and something that we actually were given by the Almighty to petition his throne. You understand? So first and foremost, can I be heard? If I can be heard, put a 7 up in the chat. Put a 7 up in the chat. I want to say Shabbat Shalom to all the family, man. All you brothers and sisters. You get 12 tribes of Israel worldwide. All praises, glory, and honor to the Most High. All right, so if I can be heard, go ahead and throw a 7 up in the chat. Let me go ahead and turn this phone down. People don't be trying to call me. You see, ringtone. All that out of there. Bang. All right. Bang, bang, bang. 7. Okay, I can be heard. Who all up on the chat? What's going down? Obadiah ben Israel. Ak, Shalom. Ak, what it do? With all praises. Shabbat Shalom to the family. Out the mud watchman. Shabbat Shalom. My sister Joy. Uh-oh. Don't start nothing. Don't start that. Won't be nothing. Joy Elizabeth. Mina J. Shabbat Shalom. Leviticus diet. Shalom. Ak. One soul life. Shabbat Shalom. One love. My Aquashins. Serafina. Tuvaya. My brother. You know, you're an administrator. Ak. You got to ask if anybody tripping. We already know what to do. Leviticus, my little big brother. Hey, I'm just your brother, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just your brother. All right. That's right. All praise to the Most High Yah and our uncrowned King, Yahshua Mashiach. Queen Kaya in the building. Shalom, Shebrew. Irish Stevens. Yakira. Yaakov. One love, y'all. One love. Look at you talking about you be chilling. No, you don't. I be seeing your Facebook posts. Some of them I don't even comment on. Like, this girl ain't chilling at all. She's like, I should be petty today. It's all good, Shebrew. Blessings to you. Bro, Corey Yehuda. Yahoo. Bye, Shalom. I'm your sister. Oh, Leviticus died. You a sheep. Oh, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Shabbat Shalom, Makoti. All right, it's going down. Poppy, how your eggs doing over there today, Poppy? When I got home, my sperms were hitting flips. No, when I got home, my sperms were asleep. My sperms. I got a couple of these Negroes out here mad at me from yesterday. I'm dropping that bomb about that, you know, Joseph being the Messiah's biological father. A couple of these Negroes mad. You know, running around trying to get a name for themselves, claiming they want to debate me and all that. I'm like, bro, ain't nothing to debate. It ain't no debate. You understand? When it's defended right, it is what it is. Also, y'all, I got an article too I want to share with y'all. out the Daily Mail about scorched earth. You understand? What's going down in Cali. And as long as I can remember, man, I'm talking about 20 years plus. California been on fire as long as I can remember. As long as I can remember, Cali has been on fire, some portion of it. You feel me? So we're going to get her done. All right, Joseph Harris III, Shabbat Shalom family. All praise and glory now. All right, y'all. So look, I'm about to screen share this article. I want to go into this article real quick, and then I'm going to read something out the Apocrypha. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to read something out the Apocrypha. Just about the plagues that the Most High is actually sending on this earth, man. It's nothing to play around with. You feel me? We see certain things and we will let a heathen tell us, oh, that's because somebody was smoking a cigarette out in the woods. You know, you like, come on, Ak, you know better than that. You know good and well, they ain't got nothing to do with nobody flicking a big lighter out in the woods no damn more. You feel me? Like, at what point are we going to call a spade a spade? What I'm saying. So before we get into this book of Jasher, what I want to do is screen share with y'all this article right here out the Daily Mail. You feel me? About scorched earth. All right, bang, 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 bang. All right. All right, y'all. Let me know if y'all can see that. Let me know if that's big enough. We're gonna read. We're gonna go ahead and read what's going on. Scorched earth from space. Stunning satellite images show brutal path of California wildfires. See that? Mikael Ben Israel, where is Yaki? Yaki, all good. Him and Judah Moshe and Uriel, they went out this morning and actually broke bread and was feeding the homeless. We be putting money together. We just started this. Matter of fact, this is our first go around this week. The brothers came together and put money together, being it's very cold outside. And every week on the Shabbat, we're gonna have a morning shift and the evening shift. Brothers going out feeding the homeless. You know what I'm saying? You know, bringing out some coats and whatever we need to do. You know what I'm saying? And of course, sharing the word of the Almighty with them. You understand? So we do that too. Next week we got a community garden in the STL. We're gonna do it up there. We're gonna do like a food giveaway, and then at the same time, brothers gonna be up there edifying the whole west side. We on the west side of St. Louis. You feel me? So that's what that Ak actually doing. When you don't see him, better believe he's still doing something. You feel me? Him, Judah Moshe, and then and Ak Uriel. Then the evening shift, I believe, is Ak Duel, Ak Hosea, and Ak Benaiah. You understand? So we out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if y'all don't see us, you know we working regardless. It's going down. You feel me? So thank y'all for y'all prayers and y'all support. You feel me? But there's a lot of work to be done off the camera as well. You feel me? A lot of people don't understand that. There's a lot of people right in your own zone that's sick, that need healing. You understand? That's hungry. That's in the hospitals. You feel me? We supposed to be going into the hospitals and laying hands and praying, and the sick supposed to be recovering. There's a lot of work that comes with being a disciple of the Messiah. You understand? The sick, visiting the prison. You understand? Being a succor and a comfort. You understand? The nation, living as a family, man. So it's all good. That's right, sister. A lot of wickedness going on in Cali. No doubt, no doubt. All right, so we're gonna read this. Can y'all see that? Can y'all let me scroll down a little more, make sure y'all can see. That right there is like the body of it right there. So do I need to make that bigger or is that good? Give me a 7 if y'all can see that. Flip your phones around too. Let me know if y'all can see that. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and increase it just a little bit. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, the fire and the drought. Let me know what's up. Matter of fact, let me try to increase it anyway. It ain't gonna hurt. Okay, y'all can see that? All right, well, it is what it is. All right, y'all. Well, look, let's get this done, and then we're gonna get into this part 2. I just want to show you know, the plagues that's hitting this earth, man. It's serious. There's nothing to play around with. All right, so I'm right up here. For y'all that don't know, if you check the link up here, it's the Daily Mail, dailymail.co.uk, news article, Scorched Earth. All right, that abomination, Bruce Jenner, His estate just burned down out there in Cali. Boy, I'm bugging up. uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think it's a game out there. And it ain't no game. All right, so this right here is from the Daily Mail once again, and it says scorched earth from space. Stunning satellite images show brutal path of California wildfire. So y'all know these are major fires if you can see this from space, satellites. You understand? This is major. It says campfire in Northern California and Woolsey and Hill fires in Southern California continue to ravage the state. So Cali is on fire in the north and in the south. Continue to ravage the state together. The blazes have scorched 175,000 acres in less than 3 days. Y'all know that ain't nobody out there smoking no cigarette. Y'all know that. You feel me? And as long as I can remember, Cali has been on fire, man. As long as I can remember. So the question is, who's sending these fires? Right? And I remember when I was younger, they used to say that, you know what I'm saying? It's real dry out there, and somebody would go out there, be hiking and light up a cigarette, you understand? Or, you know what I'm saying, take a big lighter and light a leaf out there, and it just all of a sudden spread the way it spread. You understand? But come on, man, we talking about scorched 175,000 acres, man. Y'all see that? In less than 3 days, devastating several communities. Photographs taken from space outline where the fires have been and where they are still burning. You dig? Now, I'm going to tell y'all flat out, you know what I'm saying? To burn 175,000 acres, these fires must be coming as plagues from the Almighty. And these are just warnings. This ain't even that everlasting fire that's going to get put on this place. For y'all that don't know, this place will be going up in smoke. You understand? This good old place you done grew comfortable with living in, and you understand? You know, paying your taxes and going to work and paying your mortgage and your car notes, and this very place you done got comfortable in, watching your football and your basketball and arguing over these demonic entertainers. This place going up in smoke. It's right in the crosshairs of the Almighty. Believe it or not. You understand? Don't forget about what's going on out there in Hollywood or Hollywood as well. All right. So Daily Mail. All right. The story is by Megan Sheets for dailymail.com. All right. So right here it says new satellite images show the widespread devastation. The widespread devastation caused by 3 wildfires still raging out of control in California. The Camp Fire in Northern California and Woolsey and Hill fires in Southern California have scorched a total of 175,000 acres in less than 3 days, fueled by the relentless Santa Ana winds. Who got control of the winds? You understand? Get you know that the Most High have angels storehouses, and at His commandment they pour out fire, they pour out wind. You understand? They pour out hell at His command. See what I'm saying? So we talking about the Santa Ana winds, right? As of Saturday morning, as of this morning, y'all, the campfire was reported to be 20% contained after having burned an estimated 100,000 acres of land north of Sacramento in Butte County, making it the worst wildfire in California history. So I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Y'all think it's gonna get better? You understand? Remember, I just told y'all since I can remember California been on fire some way, shape, form, or fashion. You feel me? Do y'all actually think this thing is going to get better? These are warnings from the Almighty that the kingdom of heaven is at hand to repent, man. To repent, get yourself together, Israel. Right? So now we're looking at the worst wildfire in California history. Down south, the Woolsey and Hill fires are ablaze just miles apart, spanning nearly 75,000 acres in Ventura and Los Angeles counties. Dang, LA? Wow, LA County, huh? The former remains 0% contained, while firefighters have managed to bring the latter, which is considerably smaller, to 25% containment. They just letting y'all know they can't contain this thing, man. They can't contain this thing. When we get into this apocrypha, and I heard this is a satellite image. Y'all look at this right here. Go back up a little taste. Look at that right there. Right? Now remind y'all, this is from space. You feel me? All these are communities down there. Right down here where you see that cursor and all that. You know what I'm saying? All these are communities, right? You seeing all this outlining fire right there, down here, then down this way. You feel me? It looked like it's surrounded with fire. It looked like it's surrounded with fire. You see? This is serious. This is nothing to play around with. All right. That's one picture right there. Look at all that smoke. All that smoke. And again, these are satellites taking these pictures. Right, new satellite images show the widespread devastation caused by 3 wildfires still raging out of control in California. The photograph above shows a 100,000-acre area torched by the campfire in Northern California's Butte County taken Friday. It's going down right here. All right. Maybe some more pictures. Now I got up on here, it say slide me. All right, let's go ahead and slide and see what they talking about. All right, let me go right here first. It says the slider above gives both an unmarked view left and an annotated version right of images taken by Digital Globe's Worldview 3 satellite on Friday. As the second image explains, the areas with healthy, undamaged vegetation appear blue. Burned areas appear yellow and orange, and areas still on fire appear incandescent. So blue is the safe areas. It's going up. And again, you see all that fire surrounded, man. Look at that. Look at all that fire. You dig? And all we could do, man, is praise the Most High. You feel me? This place ought to be going up in smoke. Get yourself together, Zion. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. All right, they ain't beginning to feel the fire of the Most High yet. All right, so we're going to go down some more. Look at all that smoke, man. Crazy. You're talking about 175,000 acres, man. That's a lot of land. That's a lot of area to cover. Had to be something just, that you just sneeze at. Right? Most High is not playing in this hour, man. All right. The Digital Globe satellite is able to penetrate the thick blanket of smoke cloaking the area surrounding the wildfire. Bottom of that right there. Look at all that smoke. All that. You know they got to be amazing, man. If the satellites are catching it, man, you already know what time this is. All right. So look, I'm gonna read this right here. Right up under the picture. It says Digital Globe captured aerial shots of campfire with this Worldview 3 satellite on Friday, along with a natural color view of the area. The satellite uses shortwave infrared technology to penetrate the thick smoke clouding the area to show where the flames have passed and where there's still a light. In the images, areas with healthy, undamaged vegetation appear blue, burned areas appear yellow and orange, and areas still on fire appear indistinct. Another set of photos taken by NASA's Terra satellite on Saturday show a full view of California as giant plumes of smoke and ash billow out from the fire-ridden areas and drift 4 hundreds of miles over the Pacific Ocean, carried by the same winds fueling the fire. Look at that. Wow. And trip off this right here. Why is this place right here called paradise? It's on fire. Hallelujah, man. What they call in Paradise, California is on fire. Wow. Right? Look at that smoke. They say the smoke, you know what I'm saying, drifts out over the Pacific for hundreds of miles. Wow. It's on fire up north and down south, man. Trip off that. Paradise is burning. That's right, Poppy. Paradise is burning. How ironic Cali name its spot. Name a city Paradise. You understand? And Cali, believe it or not, is a goddess from the ancient world. It's a goddess. Cali. She all about murder and theft and robbery and all type of wickedness. You feel me? That's actually it was a secret society called the Thuggies. That's where you get thug from. They used to worship Cali. You feel me? It is what it is. All right, let's go down some more. Let's see. This is getting interesting. LA, I mean, if you in LA, I'm pretty sure you smelling them fumes. There go LA down south right there. All right. All right. 3 wildfires are seen burning in California on Friday. The larger campfire is the north has killed 5 and destroyed the town of Paradise. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Destroyed the town of Paradise in the south near Los Angeles. The Twin Hill and Woolsey fires are forcing evacuation of Malibu. Oh, Malibu. Got to empty out, huh? Right. This enhanced satellite image provided by NASA's Earth Observatory shows the campfire at its peak on Thursday. Dang, look at that. So Thursday, Friday, and today, 3 days it's still been burning and it scorched 175,000 acres, man. Huh? But you comfortable though. You know what I'm saying? What you doing being comfortable in something like this? Look, you got the keys to a burning house, man. Trip off that. We bragging about a very place that's on fire. You know what I mean? And let's not bring up the earthquakes that's bound to happen. Hell, even here in St. Louis, you got an underground fire raging toward radioactive waste right out here in Earth City. You understand? When that fire hit that waste, you dig? All you gonna see is a mushroom cloud. Yeah. Yeah. So even here in St. Louis, ain't nobody safe. You ain't safe nowhere, man. Unless the most high is with you, it's a wrap. Believe that. Unless the most high is with you, it's a wrap. Look at this. Maggie Moore says Paradise Cali is burnt down and is known, and it's a known racist community. All praises. The hell with him. The hell with him. My Yak Ellie, and he from Cali. Hey, what part of Cali you from, Yak Ellie? Is where you from? Is it somewhere where these fires at? Go ahead and let the people know what it is. Yeah, y'all ain't know about. A lot of people don't know about it, man. I remember Alex Jones, Infowars, and them it came out here, but it's an underground fire here in the STL, man. Right out here in what's called Earth City by landfills. And every time you drive out that way, going toward what's called St. Charles, it's a horrific smell. And my whole life, they always said, well, you know, that's because the landfills out here. But little did we know that during the 1950s, I believe it is, it may have been the Manhattan Project, whatever, uh, radioactive waste was buried all around St. Louis in different pockets all around St. Louis. One spot they buried radioactive waste is in what's called Earth City. That's right outside North County here in St. Louis. You understand? A lot of people go out there to work jobs. The casino, Harris Casino was out there, or Hollywood Casino. You feel me? But come to find out, man, that radioactive waste, you understand, that's buried out there in Earth City, there's an underground fire that they can't even put out there. So it's inching toward this radioactive waste right here in the STL, right here in the STL, believe it or not. You feel me? So yeah, and then thing about radioactive waste is that you can't dispose of it. Can't dispose of it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing you can do is try to bury it somewhere, but you know what I'm saying? You dig? How long is that safe? So yeah. Yeah, it smell like it. It smell a million times worse than your morning breath. You understand? Or you get up in the morning and taste death all on your tongue. Imagine that times a million. That's what it smelled like when you drive out there, man. Yeah, Yak Ellie from the Bay Area, man. Yeah, nuclear bomb in the making. You feel me? So this right here is on the West Coast, Cali. But right here in the what's called the Midwest. We ain't safe, man. And we sitting right on top of what's called the New Madrid fault line, which ain't slipped since like the 1800s. Last time it slipped, church bells were ringing in Boston. That's how powerful it was. And they saying that's due to slip any day, just like the San Andreas fault out in Cali is due any day. You understand? It ain't hard to tell that this place is going up in smoke, man. Look, Yellowstone Park, the volcanoes out there. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, man. All right, shalom, Charles Gandy. All right, so look, let me move on down a little more. For y'all that don't know, that's just joining us, we on the dailymail.com. We're going over the wildfires in Cali right now before we get into our lesson. I just want to show, you know what I'm saying, the worldwide family what's really going on out here, man. All right. I think that may be about it when you start seeing pictures of heathens and, you know, extra stuff. So, yeah, that's it right there. I just wanted to show y'all that. And then, so next, I'm going to go ahead and put this picture on there next. And then we're going to read, get a good picture. Right now, that's cool. Let me get a good one real quick. We can see. All right, something right there. All right, so look, what I'm about to read right now, y'all, 2nd Ezra chapter 16. 2nd Ezra's out the Apocrypha, chapter 16. Before we get into our topic at hand, I want to show y'all that. So everybody in La La Land playing around, you understand? This thing done went to a whole nother level. Cali on fire in the north and in the south, man. What's up with that? And just like we usually do, man, we tend to figure since it ain't affecting me, it don't matter. It does matter. You understand? It does matter. We're gonna read 2nd Ezra 16, verses 1 through 16. I'm gonna read to y'all about who's sending these plagues. You understand? Who's sending these plagues? Right? No reason to worry. That's right. Ain't no reason to worry. Miracle we brought down in 1 hour. You better believe it. All right, y'all. So this is 2nd Ezra 16. I'm gonna start at verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and herb. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. See? So I know a lot of people believe, or some people believe, that America plays no part in Babylon the Great, but you're sadly mistaken, man. I don't even know how you look at everything that's going on and don't think of no place but America. You understand? But it ain't just Babylon, it's Asia, it's Egypt, and Syria. And you see in all these spots, it's upheaval going on right now. All right. It says right here, a sword is sent upon you. Right. Again, it says, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. Right. A sword is sent upon you. And who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you. And who may quench it? Y'all hear that? A fire is sent amongst you. Who may quench it? This is the Most High to send these plagues. You see, it's the Most High power. Make no mistake about it. It ain't nobody in the middle of the woods flicking a big lighter, lighting some leaves. Nah, that ain't what's happening. Ain't nobody in the middle of the woods out in Cali smoking a GPC and dropped his cigarette by accident, and you got 175,000 acres scorched. Are you serious, man? Huh? And once again, the abomination, Bruce Jenner, the transgender. You understand? His estate burned down. I was bugging up like, yeah. How long you thought you was gonna be able to live in wickedness? All right. All right. So verse 4 again, a fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you. And what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood. Or may anyone quench the fire and stubble when it have begun to burn? No, you can't. No, you can't. That's right. Smokey the Bear can only, can only stop fires. Oh, man. Verse 7. May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. The mighty Yahweh sendeth the plagues. Y'all hear that? It's the Most High that's burning Cali, man. The mighty Yahweh sendeth the plagues. And who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Most High Yahweh shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also, before Yahweh, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Y'all heard that? The Most High don't waste arrows. The Most High don't waste bullets. The Most High is a precision marksman, man. Everything he shooteth hit. You see, these plagues are sent by the Most High. It is by the will of the Most High that Cali is on fire right now. It's by the will of the Most High that storms are raging up, that volcanoes are erupting. It's the will of the Heavenly Father. And for those of us that are looking for the kingdom of the Most High, man, look, when we see these things, we rejoice. We don't be sad like, dang, that's messed up. We actually rejoice. We rejoice that the Most High is fulfilling his word. All right. Verse 14, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundations of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. Y'all hear that? I just wanted to share that with y'all real quick. You understand? I want to share that real quick with y'all so y'all can understand what's really going on. Did he cut his off? What is y'all talking about? Nah, I don't know what the heathen, the abomination, and did. Kivi, do not despise an Edomite, for you are relatives. That abhor an Edomite is actually a verb, sister. It's a verb. It's action. And ain't none of us cutting off no ears and, you know what I'm saying, raping none of their women and, you know what I'm saying, castrating their men. That's what they did to us. You understand? But we have every right to pronounce the judgment that's coming to all these nations because it's in the Bible. You feel me? So not to abhor an Edomite is actually action. It's as if I took in my hands and did to them what they did to us right now. That would be me abhorring him. It's action. It's a verb. Look it up. It has nothing to do with letting these heathens know judgment is coming. And yes, you're going down. And yes, you're going. If you're around in the world to come, you're going to be a slave. It's just what it is, man. You feel me? But when our people hear talk like this, it's scaring because the Negro can't even fathom. You understand that he is supposed to be ruling this earth, and it's evident that this heathen's kingdom is collapsing every day right in front of us. Yeah, look that up. Deuteronomy 23:7. Look that word abhor up. It's action. It's verb. It's action. You understand? Us letting the heathen know that his judgment is coming. Us letting the heathen know the atrocities that he has done for us, done to us, and that he has to pay. The Most High gonna make him pay in blood. That's not me abhorring him. That's me speaking the truth. That's me speaking the truth. All right. So it is what it is, man. All right. So all praise and glory now to the Most High. I hope y'all got some understanding concerning that matter. Y'all got some understanding. Go ahead and, throw a 7 up in the chat. All right, let me stop sharing for right now. Bing. All right, come on back in, but we can let it be known what it is. But yeah, y'all see them fires, man. Y'all see them fires. Y'all see what's really going on out here. It's nothing to play around with. Judgment is on this place, man. Get yourself together. You understand? Get your house in order, not the one that's built with mortar, like my ox say. All right, get yourself together. So look. If y'all got some understanding thus far, I see the 7s. That's all good. Let's go ahead and get into this book of Jasher because I wanted to continue from last week. DC and Marvel Comics Exposed, The Fear of Isra-Elite, Supermen Part 2. I want to go into more of the supernatural strength of the sons of Jacob. And that way our people can understand, you know what I'm saying, how special and how close we are to the Almighty. All right, so I'm about to go ahead and screen share that real quick for y'all. And let's get her done. We're going to Jasher, the book of Jasher, chapter 51 next. If y'all don't got it, it will be up on the board. All right. It will be up on the screen, shall I say. All right. So let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. I got y'all. And let's go ahead and get her done. Let's get her done. All right. Bang, bang, bang. All right. That's up there right now. Wow. All right. Let's get into the screen share. Got you. Got you. Got you. Got you. Bang, bang. Okay. Jasher 51. Jasher 51. All right, with the Most High's permission, y'all give me a 7. Y'all give me a 7 if y'all can see that. Let me know what it is. All right. Was it the sperm of Jacob? Look at y'all. Y'all about to start again. Check the re-upload because it's getting late in Europe. No doubt. When Most High bless you, my M Sordam. Most High bless you, priest. And Most High and his only begotten son be with you. May he bless you and cause his face to shine upon you. Like last night, the sperm of Jacob. Yeah, man. A lot of them doctrines, all you got to do is just sit down and question it long enough. It'll fall flat on its face. Believe it or not. Yeah. All right, so we all good. Y'all can see that? All right, let's go in. And this right here, this part of Joshua. Remember last week we read about the sons of Jacob and all the wars that they fought. All right, I'll get to it. Joel 3. There's plenty of other scriptures, man. The Most High ain't got nothing good to say about no Edomites, man. If y'all really get into it, you know what I'm saying, and read, there ain't really too much good to say. All right, you talking about a fornicator, someone that despised the heavenly covenant of the Most High. You feel me? And even when death was on the table, decided to, you know what I'm saying, decided to sell it. Nah, man, even if death on the table, we never renege. All right, so it is what it is. All right, so for y'all to just enter in the room, y'all see the title, DC and Marvel Comics exposed the fear of Isra-Elite. Elite is in the back of your Israelite title, Isra-Elite Supermen Part 2. All right, so we about to go into some of the supernatural strength of the sons of Jacob, and this is right here is after they sold our brother Joseph into slavery. Y'all know the story. Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers in Genesis. You understand? Now, while he was in Egypt, he ended up rising up to be second command in Egypt, basically the most powerful man in the earth, real for the most part. And now there's a famine in the land because you remember Joseph's dream or Pharaoh's dream, and he showed or he interpreted that a famine was coming, a worldwide famine, and that they must put up and stock up for 7 years so they can sustain and feed everybody when it comes. All right, so this is that time frame right here. All right, but it's very interesting. All right, so book of Joshua, chapter 51, verse 1. And Jacob afterward heard that there was corn in Egypt, and he called unto his sons to go to Egypt to buy corn. For upon them also did the famine prevail. And he called unto his sons, saying, Behold, I heard that there is corn in Egypt, and all the people of the earth go there to purchase. Now therefore, why will you show yourselves satisfied before the whole earth? Go you also down to Egypt and buy us a little corn amongst those that come there, that we may not die. This was a horrible famine, right? But Pharaoh had the dream and Joseph properly interpreted. All right. Now, mind you, that his father think he dead by now. All right. They don't know that the governor in Egypt is actually, or he don't know that the governor in Egypt is actually his baby boy, right? Joseph. All right. And the sons of Jacob hearkened to the voice of their father, and they rose up to go down to Egypt in order to buy corn amongst the rest that came there. And Jacob their father commanded them, saying, when you come into the city, do not enter together in one gate on account of the inhabitants of the land. And the sons of Jacob went forth, and they went to Egypt, and the sons of Jacob did all as their father had commanded them. And Jacob did not send Benjamin, for he said, lest an accident might befall him on the road like his brother. And 10 of Jacob's sons went forth. So Jacob just basically told them, when y'all go in there, go in different gates. Don't show up like y'all together. Go in separate. All right. So they went forth, verse 6. And then Benjamin stayed behind, right? Because remind you, Jacob believes that Joseph is dead. So his youngest son, Benjamin, he's like, oh no, he ain't going. Y'all mess around, be an accident happen to him. He got to stay back. All right. So verse 6. And while the sons of Jacob were going on the road, they repented of what they had done to Joseph. And they spoke to each other, saying, we know that our brother Joseph went down to Egypt, and now we will seek him where we go. And if we find him, we will take him from his master for a ransom, and if not, by force, and we will die for him. Y'all hear that? Man, look, man, we know Joseph or Joseph is in Egypt, man. You understand? We've been known it or whatever. All right, we're going to find his master. We're going to put up a ransom for him. And if the ransom ain't good enough, we're going to take him by force then. He either coming up out of there or we dying. See? So even though the brothers trip, they realize we got to go get our brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Never let envy, you understand, or jealousy stop you from being a brother to your brethren when you're done talking, because you mess around and jump out there and make some type of crazy move and be regretting it for the rest of your life, right? So they like, look, we either gonna put the money up and get them, or we gonna take them by force, or we dying. Like, what you mean? He coming up out of there though, all right? The sons of Jacob agreed to this thing and strengthened themselves on account of Joseph to deliver him from the hand of his master. And the sons of Jacob went to Egypt. When they came near to Egypt, they separated from each other. And And they came through 10 gates of Egypt. And the gatekeepers wrote their names on that day and brought them to Joseph in the evening. Mm, mm. Verse 8. And Joseph read the names from the hand of the gatekeepers of the city. And he found that his brethren had entered at the 10 gates of the city. And Joseph at that time commanded that it should be proclaimed throughout the land of Egypt, saying, Go forth, all ye store guards, close all the corn stores, and let only one remain open, that those who come may purchase from it. And all the officers of Joseph did so at that time, and they closed all the stores and left only one open. And Joseph gave the written names of his brethren to him that was set over the open store. And he said unto him, Whosoever shall come to thee to buy corn, ask his name. And when men of these names shall come before thee, seize them or lock them up and send them. And they did so. And when the sons of Jacob came into the city, they joined together in the city to seek Joseph before they bought themselves corn. They're like, look, we got to go find our brother, man. We'll get corn later. You see that? We got to go find our brother. Verse 13. We in the book of Joshua, chapter 51, verse 13, family. For y'all just joining. If you don't got Joshua, go ahead and look on the screen. It's right here. All right. And they went to the walls of the harlots. And they went to the walls of the harlots, and they saw Joseph in the walls of the harlots for 3 days. For they thought that Joseph would come in the walls of the harlots, for Joseph was very comely and well favored. And the sons of Jacob sought Joseph for 3 days, and they could not find. They like, look, our little brother, a pretty boy. If he anywhere, he around some women. You see the mindset of the brothers? You dig? The mindset of the brothers, man. And sometimes it's very good to study the mind of the characters in the Bible, our forefathers. That's what psychology is, a study of the mind. And you can really trip off what they are thinking based off their conversation and their words. They like, look, let's go, go to the whole house. Go to the whole house. Joseph probably there. He is a pretty boy, man. I know them women going crazy over him. Yeah, you feel me? But they were wrong. We all know Joseph kept his integrity. We all know that Joseph wouldn't even lay with his master's wife, even though she was, pressing him sore too. Put a blade to his throat if you read the book of Joshua. All right. And the man who was set over the open store sought for those names which Joseph had given, and he did not find them. And he sent to Joseph, saying, These 3 days have passed, and those men whose names thou didst give unto me have not come. And Joseph sent servants to seek the men in all Egypt and to bring them before Joseph. Right? And Joseph's servants went and came into Egypt and could not find them, and went to Goshen. They were not there. And then went to the city of Ramses and could not find them. That's crazy right there. You feel me? Y'all realize this is roughly, it's like 12 years later. Y'all know the movie 12 Years a Slave. That's really based off the life of Joseph. But Joseph was like 18 when he got locked up, and he ain't become governor of Egypt to the age of 30. So you're talking about 12 years on a free case, man. 12 years on a free case. All right. The note said they could not find them. Verse 17. And Joseph continued to send 16 servants to seek his brothers, and they went and spread themselves in the 4 corners of the city. And 4 of the servants went into the house of the harlots, and they found the 10 men there seeking their brother. And those 4 men took them and brought them before him, and they bowed down to him to the ground. And Joseph was sitting upon his throne in his temple, clothed with princely garments, and upon his head was a large crown of gold. And all the mighty men were sitting around him. It's crazy because Joseph in Genesis 37 had a vision that his brothers would bow to him. Had a vision that his brothers would bow to him. See that? I trip off this. And the sons of Jacob, sons of Jacob, saw Joseph, and his figure and comeliness of dignity and of countenance seemed wonderful in their eyes. And they again bowed down to him to the ground. And Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them, but they knew him not. Joseph was very great in their eyes, therefore they knew him not. Now trip off that. How is it that the sons of Jacob don't recognize their brother? They think he's an Egyptian. And this is further proof that the Hebrews, the sons of Jacob, are a brown-skinned people, man. You feel me? How you don't know? You looking if the Hebrews are so-called Caucasians, if the Israelites are so-called Caucasians, should I say, the sons of Jacob, if they are so-called Caucasians, then when they went into Egypt, which a little research will show you the images and the antiquity of Egypt. You understand? Dark-skinned people, man. They're Hamites, right? So if the sons of Jacob were so-called Caucasians, like they try to portray today, they would have recognized their brother, even though he was dressed up in Egyptian garments. You understand? Caucasians don't look like Egyptians. You see what I'm saying? So this is further proof. The Bible is black history, man. What they call black history. The so-called children of Israel, this is our history book. And this is to prove that not only were the Egyptians dark-skinned, but the sons of Jacob as well. You see? Or they would have recognized their Caucasian brother sitting on the throne. Easy work, man. That's right. Joshua gives great clarity, y'all. All right, so trip off this. And Joseph spoke to them, saying, "From whence come ye? From whence come ye?" And they all answered and said, "Thy servants have come from the land of Canaan to buy corn, for the famine prevails throughout the earth. And thy servants heard that there was corn in Egypt, so they have come amongst the other comers to buy corn, their support." Wow. And Joseph answered them, saying, "If you have come to purchase, as you say, why do you come through 10 gates of the city? It can only be that you have come to spy through the land." They all together answered Joseph and said, "Not so, my lord. We are right. Thy servants are not spies, but we have come to buy corn. But our servants are all brothers, the sons of one man in the land of Canaan. And our father commanded us, saying, when you come to the city, do not enter together at one gate on account of the inhabitants of the land." Joseph again answered them and said, "That is the thing which I've spoken to you. You have come to spy through the land. Therefore, you all came through 10 gates of the city. You have come to see the nakedness of the land. Surely everyone that comes to buy corn goeth his way. And you are already 3 days in the land. And what do you do in the walls of harlots in which you have been for these 3 days? Surely spies do like unto these things." They're like, "What y'all doing in the whole house? What y'all doing in the strip club?" Basically. Come on, y'all here to buy corn. Why y'all ain't bought no corn yet? He cross-examined his brothers. They don't even know who he is. You feel me? Wow, man. Now trip off this. And they said unto Joseph, "Far be it from our master to speak thus, for we are 12 brothers, the sons of our father Jacob in the land of Canaan, the son of Isaac, the son of Abraham, the Hebrew. And behold, the youngest is with our father this day in the land of Canaan, and one is not, for he was lost from us. And we thought perhaps he might be in this land. So we are seeking him throughout the land, and have come even to the houses of harlots to seek him there." And Joseph said unto them, "And have you then sought him throughout the earth, that there only remain Egypt for you to seek him in? And what also should your brother do in the houses of harlots? Although he were in Egypt, have you not said that you are from the sons of Isaac, the son of Abraham? And what shall the sons of Jacob do then in the houses of harlots?" Y'all hear that? Huh? We supposed to hold ourselves to a high standard. What y'all get about them shake joints, man? Get about them shake joints. What you doing in the houses of harlots? They said unto him, "Because we heard that Ishmaelites stole him from us, and it was told unto us that they sold him in Egypt. And thy servant, our brother, is very comely and well favored, so we thought he would surely be in the houses of harlots. Therefore thy servants went there to seek him and give ransom for him." And Joseph still answered them, saying, "Surely you speak falsely and utter lies. To say of yourselves that you are the sons of Abraham, as Pharaoh liveth, you are spies. Therefore have you come to the houses of harlots, that you should not be known." And Joseph said unto them, "And now if you find him, and his master requireth of you a great price, will you give it for him?" They said, "It shall be given." Joseph like, "Look, so what if it's a ransom? What if it's a bond or a bounty on? You telling me y'all gonna pay that?" They like, "Yes, it's done. Yes, it's done." And he said unto them, "And if his master will not consent to part with him for a great price, What will you do unto him on his account? And they answered him, saying, if he will not give him unto us, we will slay him and take our brother. Go away. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? They like, look, if they don't give him up for a ransom, we taking him. We gonna kill his master. And we taking our brother. Wow. Wow. Imagine if we all had that same kind of mindset. You understand? To be all in, man, to really love our brothers. Like even the Messiah said, he said, greater love have no man than this, that a man laid down his life for his brothers. They said it. They like, look, either we gonna pay the ransom, they gonna take the ransom, or we gonna take them by force, or we dying, man. That's brotherly love right there. Even though what they did in the beginning was wrong, they realized they were wrong. Like, look, he coming up out of here when you done talking, right? Either by ransom or by force, or we die. But he coming up out of here. All right. Now trip off this. And Joseph said unto them, that is the thing which I have spoken to you. You are spies, for you are come to slay the inhabitants of the land. For we heard that two of your brethren, remember last week, y'all? We heard that two of your brethren smote all the inhabitants of Shechem in the land of Canaan on account of your sister. And you now come to do the like in Egypt on account of your brother? Only hereby shall I know that you are true men, if you would send home one from amongst you to fetch your youngest brother from your father, and to bring him here unto me, and by doing this thing I will know that you are right. Joseph called to 70 of his mighty men. He said unto them, take these men and bring them into the ward, lock them up. The mighty men took the 10 men. They laid hold of them and put them into the ward. And they were in ward 3 days. They was locked up. So Joseph locked his brothers up for 3 days. And on the third day, Joseph had them brought out of the ward, and he said unto them, do this for yourselves, if you be true men, so that you may live. One of your brethren shall be confined in the ward or in prison, while you go and take home the corn for your household to the land of Canaan, and fetch your youngest brother and bring him here unto me, that I may know that you are true men when you do this thing. Right? And Joseph went out from them and came into the chamber and wept a great weeping, for his pity was excited for them. And he washed his face and returned to them again. And he took Simeon from them and ordered him to be bound. But Simeon was not willing to be done so, for he was a very powerful man, and they could not bind him. Y'all hear that? Simeon like, y'all got me messed up. Y'all not locking me up. Y'all not finna bind me. They couldn't bind him, for he was a very powerful man, and they could not bind him. And Joseph called unto his mighty men, and 70 valiant men came before him with drawn swords in their hands, and the sons of Jacob were terrified at them. And Joseph said unto them, seize this man and confine him in prison until his brethren come to him. And Joseph's valiant men hastened. They all laid hold of Simeon to bind him. And Simeon gave a loud and terrible shriek, and the cry was heard at a distance. And all the valiant men of Joseph were terrified at the sound of the shriek. They fell upon their faces, and they were greatly afraid and fled. Trip off that. Trip off that. It seemed like all the sons of Jacob got this innate ability to let off what's called a shriek. You feel me? And the scream or the shriek or the shout is so loud that the people that heard it can't even deal with it. It make them snap. It make them lose their mind. We was reading about it last week, right? Even Judah was shouting, and the people on top of the wall was falling off the wall, right? Because you got to understand that we're weapons of the Almighty. Judah is his battle axe. Judah is his lawgiver. You understand? If you really understood the vibration that your words put out, you feel me? And that's why the Messiah say what? That every idle word that man shall speak, he shall give account of in the day of judgment. Because when you speak words, you understand they become reality. When you speak, it becomes reality. That's why we got to be calculated in our thoughts and our speech and even our action. You feel me? Because our words give off a vibration. Like you feel it in your chest. And if you think I'm lying, when you're saying the title of the Most High or the name of the Most High, like Yahweh, grab your throat when you say it, like around your esophagus, your throat, not your neck, but your throat. Say Yahweh, you feel that vibration. Yahweh Shah, you feel that. right? Our forefathers were so powerful with their words, you know what I'm saying? They were vibrating on such a high level that they could shriek or scream or shout, you understand? And people would lose their minds. Snap, feel me? The supernatural powers of what? Of who? Most High's chosen people, man. And understand, when we read this, y'all, we ain't doing nothing but realizing who we are and how close we are to the Almighty, right? All this is lying dormant within inside you. It's just waiting to be reactivated, right? You are the descendants of these people right here. And again, y'all, this don't sound like no heathens. Like you trip off the so-called Jews today, man, stop it. Stop it. Y'all know good and well this ain't got nothing to do with them. This ain't got nothing to do with them. This is you. These are your people. All right? Now trip off this. Trip off this right here. It says right here, and all the men that were with Joseph fled, for they were greatly afraid of their lives. And only Joseph and Manasseh, his son, remained there. And Manasseh, the son of Joseph, saw the strength of Simeon. So you got Manasseh, you understand? Manasseh actually is the nephew of Simeon, right? Manasseh is Joseph's son. But Manasseh is a nephew to Simeon because Joseph and Simeon are brothers. So let's say his son Manasseh see his strength, right? And he becomes exceedingly wroth or angry. And Manasseh, the son of Joseph, rose up to Simeon. And Manasseh smote Simeon a heavy blow with his fist against the back of his neck. And Simeon was stilled of his rage. So nephew stole off on his uncle, hit him in the back of his neck and calmed him down. Wow. Trip off this. And Manasseh laid hold of Simeon, and he seized him violently, and he bound him and brought him into the house of confinement. And all the sons of Jacob were astonished at the act of the youth. Yeah, he got to be a youth. He got to be. You feel me? Joseph didn't become governor to the age of 30. He'd been locked up since he was 18. You understand? So Simeon is, Manasseh is a youth for real. He a young boy. That boy's a man-child. But you see what he did? He heard that shriek from his uncle. He ain't even knowing this is his uncle right now. Right? Stole him in the back of his neck, calmed him down, then laid hold on him, seized him, locked him up, and threw him in jail. And it's saying all the sons of Jacob, including Judah, were astonished at the act of the youth. Like, man, who is that? And Simeon said unto his brethren, none of you must say that this is the smiting of an Egyptian, but it is the smiting of the house of my father. Simeon, like, no, ain't no way in the world that's a Hamite. He too strong. You understand? He checked me. Let none of y'all say this was an Egyptian that did this. There's got to be somebody out the loins of my father, man. You see? Y'all see the difference between Israelites and Egyptians? It's like night and day. Outside of us having similar skin complexion, it's like night and day. Simeon knew it when he got checked by his nephew. He like, hey, man, trip off this, man. Don't none of y'all say that's an Egyptian. That he got to come out the loins of my father to do me like that. Now you realize Simeon and Levi were the two brothers that Joseph just was talking about that laid Shechem flat. So Simeon is a mighty man of valor. All the sons of Jacob are mighty men of valor. Boy, Manasseh gotta be like what? What, like right in puberty? He gotta be in puberty. And he just handled his uncle. Yeah, he probably was in this. He probably about 12, 13, something like that. Because remember, Joseph was 17 to 18, and he became governor at 30. You feel me? So by the time he became governor, his brothers and them down there in the land, Manasseh had to be a teenager. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a teenager. Wow, that's deep. So trip off this. And after this, Joseph ordered him to be called, who was set over the storehouse, to fill their sacks with corn as much as they could carry, and to restore every man's money into his sack, and to give them provision for the road, and thus did he unto them. And trip off that, Manasseh, the son of Joseph, did what those 70 valiant men, these mighty men that were Egyptians, couldn't do. One youth. You understand? There's a difference between the Israelite and the Egyptian. Until you get in Exodus, the 11th chapter and the 7th verse. There's a difference. Most High to put a difference between Israelites and Hamites. There's a difference. All right, verse 46. And Yosef commanded them, saying, take heed lest you transgress my orders to bring your brother as I have told you. And it shall be when you bring your brother hither unto me, then will I know that you are true men, and you should traffic in the land, and I will restore unto you your brother. You shall return in peace to your father. And they all answered and said, according as our master speaketh, so will we do. They bowed down to him to the ground. And every man lifted up his corn upon his ass, and they went out to go to the land of Canaan to their father. And they came to the end, and Levi spread his sack to give provender to his ass. So he was feeding his animal. When he saw him, behold, his money in full weight was still in his sack. And the man was greatly afraid, and he said unto his brethren, my money is restored, and lo, it is even in my sack. And the men were greatly afraid, and they said, what is this that the Most High have done unto us? And they all said, and where is Yahweh's kindness with our fathers, with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that the Most High has this day delivered us into the hands of the king of Egypt to contrive against us? And Yahweh, Judah, said unto them, surely we are guilty sinners before Yahweh our power, and having sold our brother, our own flesh. And wherefore do you say, where is the Most High's kindness with our fathers? And Reuben said unto them, said I not unto you, do not sin against the lad? You will not listen to me. Now the Most High requireth him from us. And how dare you say, where is the Most High's kindness with our fathers, while you have sinned unto Yahweh? And they tarried overnight in that place. And they rose up early in the morning and laded their asses with their corn, and they led them and went on and came to their father's house in the land of Canaan. And Jacob and his household went out to meet his sons. And Jacob saw, and behold, their brother Simeon was not with them. And Jacob said unto his son, where is your brother Simeon, whom I do not see? And his sons told him all that had befallen them in Egypt. Y'all already see how this is going, right? Somebody said on the chat, this need to be a movie. You're right, I think the Hebrews need to get together and go over and bring our resources together. You feel me? And put out our own movies. We need movies about the Maccabees, movies about the book of Jasher, the war of the sons of Jacob. We need all that. This would be good for our short leggers, man. This would be good for our short leggers. So if y'all following along thus far, and understand thus far, give me a 7 in the chat. Give me a 7 in the chat. We in chapter 52 next. Again, DC and Marvel Comics expose the fear of Isra-Elite Supermen Part 2. All praises, glory, and honor to the Most High. All right, we in chapter 52. All praises, glory, and honor. All right. And they entered their house, and every man opened his sack, and they saw, and behold, every man's bundle of money was there. And that which they and their father were greatly afraid, at which they and their father were greatly terrified. And Jacob said unto them, what is this that you have done to me? I sent your brother Joseph to inquire after your welfare. And you said unto me, a wild beast did devour him. And Simeon went with you to buy food, and you said the king of Egypt hath confined him in prison. And you wish to take Benjamin to cause his death also, and bring down my great herds with sorrow to the grave on account of Benjamin and his brother Joseph. Now therefore, my son shall not go down with you, for his brother is dead, he is left alone, and mischief may befall him by the way in which you go, as it befell his brother. And Reuben said unto his father, thou shalt slay my 2 sons, if I do not bring thy son and place him before thee. Jacob said unto his sons, abide ye here and do not go down to Egypt, for my son shall not go down with you to Egypt, nor die like his brother. Yahweh and Judah said unto them, refrain ye from him until the corn is finished. And he will then say, take down your brother, when he will find his own life and the life of his household in danger from the famine. And in those days the famine was sore throughout the land. And all the people of the earth went and came to Egypt to buy food, for the famine prevailed greatly amongst them. And the sons of Jacob remained in Canaan 1 year and 2 months until their corn was finished. Well, dang, that means Simeon had been locked up a whole year. See that? They stayed in Canaan until the corn was running out again. So that means Simeon had been locked up a whole 1 year and 2 months. Wow. Verse 8. And it came to pass after their corn was finished, the whole household of Jacob was pinched with hunger. And all the infants of the sons of Jacob came together, and they approached Jacob. And they all surrounded him, and they said unto him, Give unto us bread, and wherefore shall we all perish through hunger in thy presence? Jacob heard the words of his son's children, and he wept a great weeping, and his pity was roused for them. And Jacob called unto his sons, and they all came and sat before him. And Jacob said unto them, And have you not seen how your children have been weeping over me this day, saying, Give unto us bread, and there is none? Now therefore return and buy for us a little food. And Judah answered and said unto his father, If thou wilt send our brother with us, we will go down and buy corn for thee. And if thou wilt not send him, then we will not go down. For surely the king of Egypt particularly enjoined us, saying, You shall not see my face unless your brother be with you. The king of Egypt is a strong and mighty king, and behold, if we shall go to him without our brother, we shall all be put to death. Dost thou not know, and hast thou not heard that this king is very powerful and wise, and there is not like unto him in all the earth? Behold, we have seen all the kings of the earth, and we have not seen one like that king. The king of Egypt, surely amongst all the kings of the earth, there is none greater than Abimelech, king of the Philistines. Yet the king of Egypt is greater and mightier than he. Abimelech can only be compared to one of his officers. They like, look, man, we didn't went to war with most of the kings of the earth, right? Don't none of them compare to Joseph though, and they don't even know that this king they talking about is their brother. They're like, look, ain't nobody, they can't even hold a candle to him. You understand? All them kings could barely be compared to one of his officers. I let you know, Joseph, boy, was decked out. He was very powerful. 13, Father, thou hast not seen his palace and his throne and all his servants standing before him. Thou hast not seen that king upon his throne in his pomp and royal appearance, dressed in his kingly robes with a large golden crown upon his head. Thou hast not seen the honor and glory which Yahweh has given unto him. But there is not like unto him in all the earth. Father, thou hast not seen the wisdom, the understanding, and the knowledge which Yahweh has given in his heart, nor heard his sweet voice when he spake unto us. We know not, Father, who made him acquainted with our names and all that befell us. Yet he asked also after thee, saying, Is your father still living? And is it well with him? Thou hast not seen the affairs of the government of Egypt regulated by him without inquiring of Pharaoh his master. Thou hast not seen the awe and fear which he impressed upon all the Egyptians. And also, when we went from him, he threatened to do unto Egypt like unto the rest of the cities of the Amorites. And we were exceedingly wroth against all his words which he spoke concerning us as spies. And now, when we shall again come before him, his terror will fall upon us all, and not one of us will be able to speak to him either a little or a great thing. Now, therefore, Father, send, we pray thee, the lad with us, and we will go down and buy thee food for our support and not die through hunger. And Jacob said, Why have you dealt so ill with me to tell the king you had a brother? What is this thing that you have done unto me? Yehudah said unto Jacob his father, Get a lad into my care, and we will rise up and go down to Egypt and buy corn, and then return. And it shall be when we return, if the lad be not with us, then let me bear thy blame forever. Hast thou seen all our infants weeping over thee through hunger, and there is no power in thy hand to satisfy them? Now let thy pity be roused for them, and send our brother with us, and we will go. For how will Yahweh's kindness to our ancestors be manifested to thee, when thou sayest that the king of Egypt will take away thy son? As Yahweh liveth, I will not leave him until I bring him and place him before thee. But pray for us unto Yahweh. Trip out that. But pray for us unto Yahweh that he may deal kindly with us, to cause us to be received favorably and kindly before the king of Egypt and his men. But had we not delayed, surely now we have returned a second time with thy son. And Yaakov said unto his sons, I trust in Yahweh's power that he may deliver you and give you favor in the sight of the king of Egypt and in the sight of all his men. Now, therefore, rise up and go to the man and take for him in your hands a present from what can be obtained in the land and bring it before him. And may the almighty power give you mercy before him, that he may send Benjamin and Simeon, your brethren, with you. And all the men rose up, and they took their brother Benjamin, and he took in their hands a large present of the best of the land, and they also took a double portion of silver. And Jacob strictly commanded his sons concerning Benjamin, saying, take heed of him, pay attention to him, in the way in which you are going, and do not separate yourselves from him in the road, neither in Egypt. Yaakov rose up from his sons and spread forth his hands. And he prayed unto Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh on account of his son, saying, O Yahweh, power of heaven and earth, remember thy covenant with our father Abraham. Remember it with my father Isaac, and deal kindly with my sons, and deliver them not into the hands of the king of Egypt. Do it, I pray thee, O Yahweh, for the sake of thy mercies, and redeem all my children, and rescue them from the Egyptian power, and send them their two brothers. Trip off Yaakov and how he prayed, man. And again, you come out with the Most High's promises, right? The first thing you do is reflect on what he has promised, the Most High's promise to his people. So he says right here, he spread forth his hands and he prayed unto Yahweh on account of his son, saying, O Yahweh, power of heaven and earth. Y'all make sure y'all highlight these prayers, because these can be your prayers. These are the very prayers that our forefathers used to get results from the Almighty. All right. So say, Yahweh, power of heaven and earth, remember thy covenant with our father Abraham, right? Because the Most High promised Abraham, right? And that same covenant passed to Isaac. So what are they doing? They're remembering the promises of the Most High. Then they're very specific in your prayer. When you first come off, acknowledge the Most High, Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh, and what he has promised through his everlasting word. And then whatever you are sending up, whatever you are asking them, be direct. You understand? Again, we shouldn't be praying for the butterflies and flowers and candy. Be direct in what you're saying. So Jacob prayed to Yahweh, El Elyon of heaven and earth, and then he brought into memory the covenant the Most High had made with Abraham and Isaac, his father. Then his request went out to the Most High, and deal kindly with my sons and deliver them not into the hands of the king of Egypt. Do it, I pray thee, O Yah, for the sake of thy mercies, and redeem all my children and rescue them from Egyptian power and send them with their two brothers. You understand? And what you are requesting from the Most High should be spoken in full faith and full confidence, right? What Jacob wanted from the Most High was direct. Again, you call on the Most High, call him by his name, Yahweh. Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh, Yahweh. El Elyon, the Most High, Yahweh, the Most High power. Right? Then bring into memory what? His promises. And then be direct and straightforward with what you're asking him. You understand? And seal all your prayers by Hashem HaMashiach Yahweh Shah, man. And as certain as if you held your book up and dropped it, as certain as it hit the floor, it's as certain as what you are asking the Most High is coming to you. You just got to believe it. For every fiber of your being, you understand? Every degree of certainty, what I'm asking is coming. As certain as if I picked up my book right now and dropped it, it would what? It would hit the ground. You understand? Ask and you shall receive. There's nothing you can't ask for that you can't have. All right, we need to know that while we're in the process of reactivating, you understand, our supernatural and our spiritual abilities, man. That's lying dormant within us because what? We are the descendants of the men we're reading about now. All right. So it is what it is. All right, 27. And all the wives of the sons of Jacob and their children lifted up their eyes to heaven, and they all wept before the Most High, and cried unto him to deliver their fathers from the hand of the king of Egypt. You feel me? And that's another thing. The Most High heard the prayers of you sisters too, man. You feel me? Daughters get to weeping. Boy, that do something to the Most High. Them women get to weeping and also being direct in their prayers and remembering the Most High's promises, being direct and weeping at the same time. Oh, yeah, you're going to get you some results. You better believe it. Just believe it. All right. 28. And Jacob wrote a record to the king of Egypt and gave it into the hand of Yahweh and into the hand of his sons for the king of Egypt, saying, from thy servant Jacob, son of Isaac, son of Abraham, the Hebrew, the prince of Yahweh. Ooh! To the powerful and wise king, the revealer of secrets, king of Egypt, greet. Be it known to my master, the king of Egypt, the famine was sore upon us in the land of Canaan, and I sent my sons to thee to buy us a little food from thee for our support. But my sons surrounded me, and I, being very old, cannot see with my eyes, for my eyes have become very heavy through age, as well as with daily weeping for my son, for Joseph, who was lost from before me. And I commanded my sons that they should not enter the gates of the city when they came to Egypt on account of the inhabitants of the land. And I also commanded them to go about Egypt to seek for my son Joseph. Perhaps they might find him there. They did so, and thou didst consider them as spies of the land. 33. Have we not heard concerning thee that thou didst interpret Pharaoh's dream and didst speak truly unto him? How then dost thou not know in thy wisdom whether my sons are spies or not? Now, therefore, my master and king, behold, I have sent my son before thee as thou didst speak unto my sons. I beseech thee to put thy eyes upon him until he's returned to me in peace with his brother. For dost thou not know, or hast thou not heard that which our power did unto Pharaoh when he took my mother Sarah, and what he did unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, on account of her? And also what our father Abraham did unto the 9 kings of Elam, how he smote them all with a few men that were with him. And also what my 2 sons, Simeon and Levi, did unto the 8 cities of the Amorites, how they destroyed them on account of their sister Dinah, and also on account of their brother Benjamin. They consoled themselves for the loss of his brother Joseph. What will they then do for him when they see the hand of any people prevailing over them for his sake? Dost thou not know, O king of Egypt, that the power of Yahweh is with us? Y'all heard that? And that also Yahweh ever heareth our prayers and forsaketh us not all the days. That's important for us to understand, man. The Most High is with us, man. And if he's for us, nothing or no one can stand against us. Y'all remember that. Nothing or no one can stand against us. You see? Right here. 39. And when my sons told me of thy dealings with them, I called not unto Yahweh on account of thee, but then thou wouldst have perished. You see what Jacob telling Joseph? He ain't knowing this is Joseph. But he's saying that when my sons told me of thy dealings with them, I called not unto Yahweh on account of thee, but then thou wouldst have perished with thy men before my son Benjamin came before thee. But I thought that as Simeon, my son, was in thy house, perhaps thou mightest deal kindly with him. Therefore, I did not this thing unto thee. See, what our forefather Jacob knew is that he could pray and get immediate results. You understand? Again, call on the Most High by his name, man. Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh. That's how you spell his name in Hebrew. Yahweh. Some brothers say Yahweh. And you feel the vibration when you hold your throat. You'll feel it. You understand? Call on your God, bring into memory his promises. You understand? And then be direct, clear, and straight with what it is you want from him. Right? Say it in full belief and full confidence. And as certain as I drop something that will hit the ground, as certain as your prayers will be answered. But you must believe it and feel it. You understand? Believe it, feel it, see it. You understand? It's on its way. All right. And Jacob knew. He said, look, if I had prayed to the Most High, you'd have been dead. Y'all see the power that y'all see the power that's lying dormant within us. Jacob just told Joseph in his writing, if I had prayed to the Most High on account of what you're talking about, you'd have been dead. Flat out. All right. That's real. All right. Verse 41. Verse 40, now therefore, behold, Benjamin, my son, cometh unto thee with my sons. Take heed of him and put thy eyes upon him, and then will Yahweh place his eyes over thee and throughout thy kingdom. Now I have told thee all that is in my heart, and behold, my sons are coming to thee with their brother. Examine the face of the whole earth for their sake, and send them back in peace with their brethren. Yaakov gave the record to his sons and to the care of Yahweh to give it to the king of Egypt. All right, so that's the end of chapter 52. That's the end of chapter 52. If y'all getting some understanding thus far, go ahead and put a 7 up in the chat, man. This is getting interesting. This is getting very interesting. And what we need to understand is that prayer is a weapon of ours. Prayer is a weapon. We just forgotten how to pray. Y'all see that? We've forgotten how to pray. We pray for vanity now. Yeah, I want a new car. I want a bigger tax return. I want to, yeah, Father God. And you even pray like you don't mean it, right? A lot of us pray and are ashamed of it, embarrassed that somebody might see us praying. Do y'all know how powerful prayer is? Whether it be the Most High defending you, or whether it be people recovering from sickness, or whatever it may be, man. Prayer is very powerful. It is a weapon, and when done in full faith and sealed in the name of a Mashiach, Yahushua, the Messiah, man, look, ain't nothing that you ask for that can't come. But you must believe. You must believe it. You must feel it. You must see it. You must believe it. You must feel it. You must see it. That's the whole thing of manifestation. Call it, create it, form it, make it. See what I'm saying? You are powerful. You don't even know it. Like, we know we Israelites and all that. And when most I say we are peculiar people, or how Jacob is the apple of his eye, man, that lets you know that, man, like, we're very close to the Almighty. You feel me? And being, again, that we are the descendants of who we are reading about, this very power is already in you. You were born with it. You were born with it. You understand? We just were never taught how to activate it. And it's lying right up in you. And then trip off this. Just imagine if it's in us right now. Just imagine when we get on and put on our spiritual bodies. Oh, man, you can't be serious. You can't be serious. Nothing or no thing can stand against you. I don't care if it's man. I don't care if it's a disease. It can't stand. You understand? If the Most High is with you. Real talk. All right. So we in chapter 53 next. Y'all get some understanding. All praises. All praises. Yeah, we're going to read that later on in the book of James. The prayer of a righteous man availeth much. But Poppy says she done held up traffic praying. That's right, sis. That's right. That's right. Feel me? Y'all say y'all prayers in full confidence and full faith, man. You dig? Powerful. Well, you're going to look up and you're going to feel the wall shaking. You're going to feel the ground shaking beneath you, like, woof. Right? I mean, we was young. I said it last video, last Sabbath. I mean, we was young. We used to shock each other all the time. So we would slide our feet across some carpet and then touch each other, shock each other so much it started hurting. Like, dang, you don't even know him, boy. You a transmitter. You a conductor of electricity, of energy. You feel me? Of the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh. Put it in biblical terms. You're very powerful. You understand? And that's why, again, we must be calculated and righteous in our thoughts, in our speech, and in our deeds, man. Like, focus, Israel. Focus, man. You see this nation, this kingdom is burning and falling down right amongst us. Every day. News gets worse and worse. It ain't like you look at the news and say, oh, it's getting better. Every time you look at the news, it's bad. It gets worse and worse. So they even tell you it ain't getting better. It ain't like it's really getting better. You understand? It's a wrap. All right. That Psalm 51 prayer is powerful. It is. For y'all don't know, I actually got the whole entire book of Psalm in Hebrew. And you feel me, with the English interlinear underneath it, so you can actually read in English what you're saying. And once you learn the Hebrew characters and, you know what I'm saying, the different vowel points or whatever, and you know how to harmonize, because the vowel points, believe it or not, I know it's a big argument over them, but the vowel points, believe it or not, are like musical notes, like a C flat, a B flat, A plus, or whatever. You feel me? So when you do intonations, like when you start singing the Torah, you understand, or singing the psalm, because the psalms actually were songs. They actually were songs. And when you learn how to read the Hebrew and you start harmonizing, you realize that David was rhyming, straight rhyming. You know what I'm saying? When you read it in Hebrew and you harmonize it, it rhymes. I say, wow, man, this is deep. You feel me? Now you got the keys that David had now. You feel me? David sang to his power, man. David knew how to harness that power. You understand? To kill a lion, to kill a bird, chop off Goliath's head. He knew how to harness the power of Yod-Heh-Wahed. You feel me? David knew how to had the knowledge of vibrations and how if he played this harp right here, it'll take that dark spirit of off Saul. He had that knowledge. He had that power. You understand? So when you get into the psalm in Hebrew, man, it's very powerful. When you start harmonizing it though, you feel me, and actually tripping off the vowel points, which ain't nothing but musical notes, you start seeing it rhymes. You feel me? So now we're dealing with hip hop before the Bronx, before the boogie down Bronx in the 1960s. Yeah, ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new at all. Yeah, y'all fed the series, man. It's real serious. You feel me? I try to harmonize a few of them a day, man. You'll feel it. You'll feel yourself getting warm inside. You'll feel your electricity shooting up the spinal cord and all that, man. That's you reactivating that which is lying dormant within inside you. Feel me? And me personally, I try to reactivate it a day. You know what I'm saying? It's usually at nighttime though, when everything's quiet around my home, when all my sperms are asleep. You know what I'm saying? I love to sit in the silence, close my eyes, I focus on my breathing. You realize that the scriptures call your breath the breath of life. That's what was breathed into you. And don't call it oxygen and carbon dioxide. So realize that every breath you take is precious because every breath you take is Yahweh. Every breath you exhale is Yahweh. You understand? You even realize the cooler intake for the cars and all that. They get that from you because the breath that you inhale is cooler than the breath you let out. Trip off of it. The breath you inhale, whether you inhale through your mouth or inhale through your nose, that's cooler than the breath you let out. They get the whole understanding of a cool air intake motor from man. A lot of people don't realize that. So I focus on my breathing. You know what I'm saying? Focus on my breathing and all that. You realize that every breath you inhale and exhale is Yahweh. Okay. Now you're conscious of the very breath and you're actually thankful. Dang, okay. You understand? And then you start visualizing. Visualize what it is, whether it's you laying hands on people and recovering or, you know what I'm saying, doing mighty exploits in the earth or traveling the world, you know what I'm saying, spreading the gospel, envision it, see it. You understand it? Feel it, claim it. You understand? You'll start feeling yourself getting warm, man. You start feeling electricity all up and down your spine. You be like, man, because you not only a weapon, you're a musical instrument of the Most High. You got ear drums, cerebellum, bell, wind, pipes. Huh? You got a diaphragm and vocal cords, and you feel me? You sound like a musical instrument. You're a transmitter, you're a conductor of spirit or energy. You understand? And harmonizing right, boy, you get on that vibration and you start seeing wonders. See, we look at it like it's spookism. It ain't spookism, man. It's the truth. Hey, what you say? Look at my Akamaziyah Israel. He said, Khan, I pray the Psalm 51 prayer and electricity feels shot out my spine. Yeah. Got a spinal cord, right? You're vibrational, man. You're spirit, right? You're just in your avatar, your earthly body, right? But that's not who you are. You understand? Who you are is soul and spirit. And you're fearfully and wonderfully made, man. You understand? So, I spend my nights focusing and meditating and practicing on reactivating that which was already in us, man. It ain't spookism, y'all. It's the truth. It's the reason why Messiah spent all his time in prayer. There's a reason why Isaac was known for meditating in Genesis 24, right before, Rebecca was brought to him. It's a reason why when you read the Psalm, David constantly in there talking about he meditate. He's singing to the chief musician. These are songs you're dealing with, man. And we all know David knew how to invoke the presence of the Most High. A little bit of reading the Bible will show you that. You understand? He knew how to invoke the presence of the Most High, man, and get results. You understand? Very, very powerful, man. Very, very powerful. All right. Yep. Eric Johnson says that's what Benjamin Banneker. We all know Benjamin Banneker is, the brother that designed DC. If you want to invent something, study the body, man. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Excellent point, Doc. Yep. Excellent point. Excellent point. Hallelujah. Okay. Book of Jasher, chapter 53. Book of Jasher, chapter 53. All right. And the sons of Jacob rose up and took Benjamin and the whole of the presence, and they went and came to Egypt, and they stood before Joseph. And Joseph beheld his brother Benjamin with them, and he saluted them. And these men came to Joseph's house. And Joseph commanded the superintendent of his house to give to his brethren to eat. And he did so unto them. And at noontime, Joseph sent for the men to come before him with Benjamin. The men told the superintendent of Joseph's house concerning the silver that was returned in their sacks. And he said unto them, it will be well with you, fear not. And he brought their brother Simeon unto them. And Simeon said unto his brethren, the Lord of the Egyptians has acted very kindly unto me. He did not keep me bound as you saw with your eyes. But when you went out from the city, he let me free and dealt kindly with me in his house. Yahweh took Benjamin by the hand, and they came before Joseph. They bowed down to him to the ground. The men gave the present unto Joseph, and they all sat before him. And Joseph said unto them, is it well with you? Is it well with your children? Is it well with your aged father? And they said, it is well. Yahweh took the record which Jacob had sent, gave it into the hand of Joseph. Joseph read the letter and knew his father's writing, and he wished to weep. And he went into an inner room and he wept a great weeping, and he went out. No doubt, no doubt. Very emotional, man. You would be too, though. You understand? You would be too, knowing everything your brothers put you through and how you miss your father, man. You miss your father, you miss your mother, you got a little brother, you got other brothers and all that. You dig? And he lifted up his eyes. All right. And he lifted up his eyes, and behold, his brother Benjamin. He said, is this your brother of whom you spoke unto me? And Benjamin approached Joseph, and Joseph placed his hand upon his head, and he said unto him, may the Most High be gracious unto thee, my son. And when Joseph saw his brother, the son of his mother, he again wished to weep. And he entered the chamber, and he wept there, and he washed his face and went out and refrained from weeping. And he said, prepare food. And Joseph had a cup from which he drank, and it was of silver, beautifully inlaid with onyx stones and bdellium. Joseph struck the cup in the sight of his brethren while they were sitting to eat with him. Look at that, boy. Joseph got a fly little flask on him, don't he, boy? Boy, silver, beautifully inlaid with onyx stones and bdellium. My Aki, man. He probably ain't on here, bro. We need to make us some cups like that, Make us some silver cups, boy, inlaid with onyx stones and bdellium. Oh, praises, glory, and honor, man. Hallelujah, right? Right, so it says, and Joseph, verse 12, and Joseph said unto the men, I know by this cup that Reuben the firstborn, Simeon and Levi and Jehoiada, Issachar and Zebulun are children from one mother. Seat yourselves to eat according to your births. Wow, may the Most High bless you, Howard Brown, my Jamaican brethren. But notice that, and Joseph said unto the men, let's read it again. I know by this cup that Reuben, the firstborn, Simeon and Levi and Jehoiada and Issachar and Zebulun are children from one mother. Seat yourselves to eat according to your births. Look at that, man. So, I mean, again, just briefly touching on the class I did last night about the virgin conception. A lot of people that teach Joseph is the biological father of the Messiah, they act as if the woman is insignificant. But we see right here what Joseph is saying, look, y'all all were born from one mother, because our father Jacob had 4 wives. You understand? He had 13 children, 12 sons and 1 daughter. Right? But Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun all come from Leah, one of Jacob's wives. So what he say? Seat yourselves to eat according to what? Your births. 13. He also placed the others according to their births. And he said, I know that this is your youngest brother, I know that this your youngest brother has no brother, and I like him have no brother. He shall therefore sit down to eat with me. Y'all see that? So when he's saying has no brother, even though they all brothers from one father, he letting it be known. You feel me? He's dividing the brothers up based off who their mother is. Y'all see that? So you daughters of Zion are not insignificant when it comes to lineage. Believe that. Even Joseph knew this when he's separating the brothers when they sit down in Egypt based off who their mothers is, or who their mother is, or who their mothers were. All right? It's the truth. It's the truth. All right? So right here, verse 14, and Benjamin went up before Joseph and sat upon the throne. And the men beheld the acts of Joseph, and they were astonished at them. And the men ate and drank at that time with Joseph, and he then gave presents unto them. And Joseph gave one gift unto Benjamin, and Manasseh and Ephraim saw the acts of their father. They also gave presents unto him. Asnath gave him one present, and there were 5 presents in the hand of Benjamin. Look, I'll trip off that. And Joseph brought them out wine to drink, and they would not drink. And they said, from the day on which Joseph was lost, we have not drunk wine nor eaten any delicacies. They like, no, we don't drink, we don't get buzzed. From the day our brother been gone, so that means like what, y'all? We talking about a good 12 years. A good 12 years. See, in the ancient world, men had honor. They held themselves to a high moral standard. Even when they messed up, you know what I'm saying? The course they took to repentance was very, very a course that was very disciplined. It's a course of self-denial. You understand? Like even when you read in the Testament of Reuben in the lost books, he let it be known, man, after he, laid with his father's concubine, man, he couldn't look his father in the face. You understand? And he said for 7 years, man, he wouldn't look his father in the face. He wasn't eating nothing good. He wasn't drinking nothing. You understand? He was strictly sorry. He spent 7 years weeping on account that he let his father down, man. How many of us would have did that? You wouldn't have spent 7 seconds weeping. You know what I'm saying? Man had honor back then, man. All right. I'll trip off this right here. All right. Verse 16. And Joseph swore unto them, and he pressed them hard, and they drank plentifully with him on that day. So Joseph was like, nah, man, y'all finna drink. And Joseph afterward turned to his brother Benjamin to speak with him, and Benjamin was still sitting upon the throne before Joseph. And Joseph said unto him, hast thou begotten any children? And he said, thy servant has 10 sons. These are their names: Bala, Bakir, Ashbal, Garad, Naaman, Aki, Rosh, Mupim, Hupim, and Ord. And I call their names after my brother whom I have not seen. And he ordered them to bring before him his map of the stars. Look at that. Look at that. And he ordered them to bring before him his map of the stars, whereby Joseph knew all the times. And Joseph said unto Benjamin, I have heard that the Hebrews are acquainted with all wisdom. Dost thou know anything of this? Now trip off that. A lot of y'all scared of what they call esoteric knowledge today. You understand? Esoteric is basically meaning hidden knowledge or whatever. But the knowledge of the heavens is something our forefathers had going way back, man. Even when David was made king in the book of Chronicles, it goes into how the sons of Issachar had knowledge of the times. You feel me? They had knowledge of the times. They knew how to read the heavens. See what I'm saying? And a lot of people, when they hear certain stuff like this, they get scared and be like, oh, idolatry. But man, look, everything is not idolatry. You feel me? Some stuff, you understand, when used in this proper manner, like Urim and Thummim, like casting lots. Some things, when it's used in this proper order, is perfectly okay with the Almighty. All right? So this right here is First Chronicles chapter 12. I just want to read that with y'all real quick. Read about Issachar and how he had knowledge of the stars and all that. This is First Chronicles chapter 12. I'm gonna start at the Gadites right there. Bang, bang, bang. I'm gonna start at verse, is it 31? 32. First Chronicles 12 and 32. And the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of the times, to know what Israel ought to do. The heads of them were 200, and all their brethren were at their commandment. Y'all hear that? And of the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of the times. Feel me? They knew how to, in other words, they knew how to look into the heavens. You understand? And read the heavens, because the heavens, the lights, whether you're talking about the sun, moon, and stars, they were put in the firmament as signals upon the earth for us. So the knowledge of how to read the heavens is something that's been lost. You understand? Even down to new moons. A lot of us don't even know what a new moon is today. You see? But this is wisdom that we had in our time. Again, First Chronicles 12 and 32. And the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of the times, to know what Israel ought to do. To know what Israel ought to do. Y'all see that? It says the heads of them were 200, and all their brethren were at their commandment. And this is when David was being solidified as the king, right? So the tribe of Issachar had knowledge of the heavens. They understood how to read the heavens. Right here in this book of Joshua, you understand? Verse 18, chapter 53 will be in. It says right here, and he ordered them to bring before him his map of the stars, whereby Joseph knew all the times. Right? He knew how to read the heavens, right? Because the heavens is what the Most High used to give us signals, right? And Joseph said unto Benjamin, I have heard that the Hebrews are acquainted with all wisdom. Dost thou not know anything of this? Dost thou know anything of this? 19, and Benjamin said, thy servant is knowing also in all the wisdom which my father taught me. And Joseph said unto Benjamin, look now at this instrument and understand what our brother Joseph is in Egypt, who you said went down to Egypt. Wow. And Benjamin beheld that instrument with the map of the stars of heaven. And he was wise and looked therein to know where his brother was. And Benjamin divided the whole land of Egypt into 4 divisions. And he found that he who was sitting upon the throne before him was his brother Joseph. Benjamin wondered greatly. And when Joseph saw that his brother Benjamin was so much astonished, he said unto Benjamin, what hast thou seen? And why art thou astonished? Trip off that. Supernatural, man, spiritual. Y'all see the power we have? We got power, man. We had knowledge, man, divine wisdom. That's right, Blue Ten. So even in slavery, they looked to the North Star. That's right. That's right. Y'all sisters should fellowship more, man. Y'all get together. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. It'd be good to see the sisters getting together, not being jealous over each other. Get together and study, man. Lift each other up. Help each other. Be a sister. Right? Verse 21, and Benjamin said unto Joseph, I can see by this that Joseph, my brother, sitteth here with me upon the throne. And Joseph said unto him, I am Joseph, thy brother. Reveal not this thing unto thy brethren. Behold, I will send thee with them when they go away. And I will command them to be brought back again into the city, and I will take thee away from them. And if they dare their lives and fight for thee, then shall I know that they have repented of what they did unto me. And I will make myself known to them. And if they forsake thee when I take thee, then shall thou remain with me, and I will wrangle with them, and they shall go away, and I will not become known to them. At that time, Joseph commanded his officer to fill their sacks with food, and to put each man's money into his sack, and to put the cup in the sack of Benjamin, and to give them provision for the road. And they did so unto them. And again, just a side note, man, that's wisdom to be able to look into a map of the heavens, a map of the stars. You understand? It's almost like they had some ancient, like, what is that, Star Trek? Like Star Trek, you remember the screen they used to pop up, and they used to have to touch certain stuff, and you know what I'm saying? And they were in the heavens. It's almost like an advanced technology that we had in the ancient world, that our forefathers, you know what I'm saying, had the wisdom and knew how to look into it and read it. Feel me? And this shouldn't be too crazy to believe. Urim and Thummim again was something that the priests had to ascertain the will of the Most High. You had what's called casting lots to ascertain the will of the Most High, done in the Old and New Testament. And many other type spiritual type things. But we had knowledge of the heavens. We understood how to look at the heavens and how the heavens lined up. You feel me? To understand what it is we must do. Right? All right. So if anybody talking crazy about astrology or astronomy or whatever, understand, man, they get all this stuff from us. It's just perverted knowledge. That's what makes it wicked. You understand that the enemy is not original. He just takes what the Most High deems for good and he perverts it. And that's what makes it wicked. All right. Verse 24, and on the next day, the men rose up early in the morning. They loaded their asses with their corn, and they went forth with Benjamin, and they went to the land of Canaan with their brother Benjamin. They had not gone far from Egypt when Joseph commanded him that was set over his house, saying, rise, pursue these men before they get too far from Egypt, and say unto them, why have you stolen my master's cup? And Joseph's officers rose up and he reached them and he spoke to them all the words of Joseph. And when they heard this thing, they became exceedingly wroth. And they said, he with whom thy master's cup shall be found shall die. We will also become slaves. They like, look, we don't steal. Well, if you find your master's cup, whoever got it is going to die. And we become his slaves behind this. That's how much honor we got. We didn't steal nothing. And they hastened each man, and each man brought down his sack from his ass. And they looked in their bags, and the cup was found in Benjamin's bag. And they all tore their garments, and they returned to the city, and they smote Benjamin in the road, continually smiting him until he came into the city. And they stood before Joe. They're like, nigga, what is you doing? You done tripped. Do you know what this means? And let's imagine Benjamin, knowing already the plan of Joseph, his brother. He had to take that. He couldn't even reveal. You understand? Look, man, that's Joseph. He couldn't even reveal it yet. And Judah's anger was kindled, and he said, this man has only brought me back to destroy Egypt this day. Look at Judah. Yeah, I know Judah is where they get the inspiration for the Incredible Hulk from. Hulk smash. And when we read the wars last week, you see Judah was the main one in that deal. He dropping towers. You understand? He going to war. He doing all type of stuff, man. So Judah's anger was kindled. He said, this man has only brought me back to destroy Egypt this day. And the men came to Joseph's house, and they found Joseph sitting upon his throne, and all the mighty men standing at his right and left. And Joseph said unto them, what is this act that you have done? That you took away my silver cup and went away. But I know that you took my cup in order to know thereby in what part of the land your brother was. Yahweh said, what shall we say to our master? What shall we speak, and how shall we justify ourselves? The Most High has this day found the iniquity of all thy servants. Therefore he has done this thing to us this day. Joseph rose up and caught hold of Benjamin and took him from his brethren with violence. And he came to the house and locked the door at them. And Joseph commanded him that was set over his house that he should say unto them, thus saith the king, go in peace to your father. Behold, I have taken the man in whose hand my cup was found. You feel me? So this thing is heating up, actually. It's about to get real, real hectic. It's about to get real hectic around here, man. All right? So right here, chapter 54. Chapter 54, the book of Joshua. Right? And don't forget, we got scripts out of the Apocrypha and the, you know what I'm saying, the 66 as well, y'all. We want to go into this so y'all can see. Yep, astrology and mathematics. Abraham sure did. That's right. That's right. That's right. So what's he talking about? So what was he talking about when he said don't observe times? Don't notice when he went to Deuteronomy 18, we talking about observing of times. When you go back to the beginning of it, it goes into not learning the way of the heathen. You feel me? Or the Canaanites. And then what were they into? They was into magic, they was into necromancy, they was witches, they was warlocks, and also they had perverted knowledge of how to read the heavens. You feel me? To read the heavens is not a problem. You understand? The problem is when you start getting superstitious, like having horoscopes and doing all this extra stuff. You feel me? That's what make it evil. When you take what the Most High has in its original purpose and then you pervert it and throw man's understanding on it, that's what makes it wicked. So that's what he was talking about. You understand? Not the fact that we had the knowledge of the heavens and knew how to read the times. Again, First Chronicles, what was that, 12 and 32, Issachar did that. You feel me? Issachar knew how to do that. It's the same thing right here in this book of Joshua. You feel me? Not only Joseph knew how, with the wisdom of the Hebrews. Not only Joseph, but even Benjamin knew how to do it. You see? And that's right. When you get into like certain like histories and certain lost books and all that, or even Flavius Josephus, Abraham taught the Egyptians science, math, all types of stuff, man. All types of stuff. Now you Hotep Negroes to this very day try to deny it, but it's the truth. All right. This is chapter 54 right here. All right. Y'all getting some understanding thus far? You getting some understanding thus far? Go ahead and throw a 7 up in that deal, man. It's all good, my sister Kivia. It's all good. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read the scripture for y'all so we can understand that just because somebody's doing something doesn't make it wicked in its original purpose. Is what I'm saying. I'm gonna go to Sirach 39 out the Apocrypha. Sirach 39. Watch this. Sirach 39, verse 26. I'm gonna start at verse 25. It says, "For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. The principal things for the whole use of man." This is Sirach 39, verse 25 through 27. All right. Verse 26. "The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly. So to the sinners, they are turned into evil." Y'all see that? That's the precept right there. Sirach chapter 39, 25 to 37. Let me put that on up in the chat. All right. Sirach 39, verse 25 to 27. All right. And that shows right there that sinners turn what's good into evil. Right. And it was basic stuff that man need, like fire, water, salt, the grape, clothing. You understand? So the stuff that the Most High intended for good, the enemy will come in and pervert that, and then that is what makes it evil. You feel me? Not the knowledge. Even when the Messiah was born. Remember when the Messiah was born, wise men showed up from where? The east. And we have seen his what? His star in the heavens. So that means they had knowledge of the stars. They understood that the heavens would line up a certain way when the son of Yahweh would be born. You see? Like we got that knowledge. It's not to be perverted, and you're not to get superstitious and start tripping off horoscopes and all that. You understand? All right. What's your sign and all that extra stuff? What about tarot cards? Hail to the no. Even if you trip off on tarot cards, there are Hebrew letters on there. You understand? And tarot cards is plural for Torah. Now Torah means instruction, but whose instructions are you taking when you're dealing with tarot cards? Hail to the no, you're not supposed to be dealing with them. You're not supposed to be dealing with Ouija boards. None of it. Divot boxes, none of it. Even though they got Hebrew on them, there's a dark side to Hebrew as well. You can bless with Hebrew or you can curse. You see? So no tarot cards. No tarot cards, no Ouija boards. Stay away from that divot box. And look, inside that divot box, they got Deuteronomy 6 and 4. Shema Yisrael, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Akkad. They got it written in Hebrew inside the box. You feel me? That box they were trying to get a hold of, you understand, in World War II. It made its way to Kirksville, Missouri somehow. You look up the Dybbuk box. All right. Debak or Dybbuk is Hebrew. It means to cling to. You see? So now we're not supposed to be using none of that. Nah, even if they people over there doing palm readings, or you understand, people like, well, no, it's a tarot card and it got Hebrew. What does that mean? You can bless in Hebrew and you can curse. You feel me? And on top of that, we're not supposed to be doing no type of witchcraft or divination, right? We need to stop that. And that's the thing. People are turning what the Most High made for righteousness into wickedness. When you get into the whole Rainbow Coalition dealing with these heathens and the so-called Sodomite movement. The rainbow was given by the Almighty. Everybody know that. The rainbow was given by the Almighty as a covenant that he would never flood the earth again. Easy work, right? So the Sodomites turned what the Most High's covenant into something evil, and then turn around and call it what? Gay pride. You see? We got to make sure. You understand that we are doing everything in its right purpose, man. That's all I'm saying. Make sure you're doing everything according to the right purpose of Yahweh. All right? Stay the hell away from them tarot cards. Stay the hell away from from Ouija boards and divot boxes and all that, man. Stay away from that. You understand? Stay away from that. All right, here we go right here, y'all. Verse 54, chapter 54, verse 1. And when Judah saw the dealings of Joseph with them, Judah approached him and broke open the door and came with his brethren before Joseph. And Yahweh said unto Joseph, let it not seem grievous in the sight of my master. May thy servant, I pray thee, speak a word before thee. And Joseph said unto him, speak. Now realize Judah just came busting through the door. You feel me? Like, you got me messed up, but still kept it in a righteous and honorable manner, should I say. It say again, and when Yahweh saw the dealings of Joseph with them, Yahweh approached him and broke open the door. He ain't knocked on it. You feel me? He ain't please let me in. Yehuda, you feel me? Where they get the inspiration for the hope. Man, he broke the door open. And then he said, let it not seem grievous, because he just broke the door open, right? In the sight of my master, may thy servant, speaking of himself, I pray thee, speak a word before thee. And Joseph said unto him, speak. And Yahweh spoke before Joseph and his brethren, were there standing before them. And Yahweh said unto Joseph, surely when we first came to our master to buy food, thou didst consider us as spies of the land. And we brought Benjamin before thee, and thou still makest sport of us this day. Now, therefore, let the king hear my words, and send, I pray thee, our brother, that he may go along with us to our father, lest thy soul perish this day with all the souls of the inhabitants of Egypt. Look, Judah came with a straight up message. Let my brother go or you dying, and everybody that live in Egypt. You feel me? See, Judah gotta be the hope. You understand? Because Judah is somebody you don't want to get mad. He just put it online and say, look, you better give me my brother before you die and everybody living in Egypt. Right? He broke the door open, like, look, I need to rap to you. Verse 5. Dost thou not know what two of my brethren, Simeon and Levi, did unto the city of Shechem and to the 7 cities of the Amorites on account of our sister Dinah, and also what they would do for the sake of their brother Benjamin? And I, with my strength, who am greater and mightier than both of them, come this day upon thee and thy land, if thou art unwilling to send our brother. So Judah, like, look, man, you heard what my 2 brothers did, right? But they ain't got nothing on me. My 2 brothers, you know what they did to Shechem and the rest of the cities of the Amorites, you know? Well, I'm greater and mightier than the both of them combined. Right? Come this day upon thee and thy land, if thou art unwilling to send our brother. Right? He like, look, I'm hollering at you. You going down if you don't release my brother. And everybody breathing oxygen in Egypt dying. Verse 7. Hast thou not heard what our power who made choice of us did unto Pharaoh on account of Sarah our mother, whom we took away from our father, that he smote him and his household with heavy plagues, and even unto this day the Egyptians relate this wonder to each other. So will our power do unto thee on account of Benjamin, whom thou hast this day taken from his father, and on account of the evils which thou this day heapest over us in thy land. For our power will remember his covenant with our father Abraham and bring evil upon thee, because thou hast grieved the soul of our father this day. Now, therefore, hear my words that I have this day spoken unto thee, and send our brother, that he may go away, lest thou and the people of thy land die by the sword. But you cannot all prevail over me. Boy, Judah talking big noise, ain't he? Judah talking big noise, and he put it on his power. He like, look, man, you heard what happened. You understand? When Pharaoh took my mother, Sarah, nigga, plagues hit their house. You heard what my 2 brothers did on account of Dinah, our sister, right? Surely they're going to do the same on account of Benjamin, our brother, and they ain't messing with me, right? Y'all ain't dealing with 2 of my brothers, and they ain't messing with me, right? He said, look, man, he said, send our brother that he may go away, lest thou and the people of thy land die by the sword, for you cannot all prevail over me. And Joseph answered Judah, saying, why hast thou opened wide thy mouth? And why dost thou boast over us, saying, strength is with thee, as Pharaoh liveth? If I command all my valiant men to fight with you, surely thou and these thy brethren will sink in the mire. Judah said unto Joseph, surely it becometh thee and thy people to fear me. He said, boy, you better be scared of me. I heard Judah. Judah's like, you better be scared of me. Surely it becometh you and your people to fear me. Yahweh liveth. If I once draw my sword, I shall not sheathe it again until I shall this day have slain all in Egypt. And I will commence with thee and finish with Pharaoh, thy master. He said, man, y'all better be afraid of me, because if I draw my sword out, I won't. Look, if I unsheathe this sword, it ain't going back into the sheath, you understand, until I lay everybody flat in Egypt. I'm starting with you, and I'm ending with your master. Right? These ain't fancy soliloquies they exchanging, y'all. Y'all realize this, right? Judah letting Joseph know right out the gate, like, look, man, you better be afraid of me. You heard about my brothers. You heard about what we did to all the kings of Canaan. You understand? Let my brother go, or you gonna die. I'm gonna start with you, and I'm gonna end with Pharaoh, your master. You understand? But you better get you some act right quick. And he said, look, I will commence with thee and finish with Pharaoh, thy master. Powerful, right? And Joseph answered and said unto him, surely strength belongeth not alone to thee. I am stronger and mightier than thou. Surely if thou drawest thy sword, I will put it to thy neck and the necks of all thy brethren. And Yehuda said unto him, surely if I this day open my mouth against thee, I will swallow thee up, that thou be destroyed from off the earth and perish this day from thy kingdom. Woo, they talking big noise to each other. Y'all heard this? Y'all heard this? That's right, out the mud. And Yahweh is the lion of the tribe of Yahweh. Y'all hear that? Straight up, man. He letting it be known. He said, boy, if I open my mouth against thee, I will swallow thee up, that thou be destroyed from off the earth and perish this day from thy kingdom. And Joseph says, surely if thou open thy mouth, I have power and might to close your mouth with a stone, till thou shalt not be able to utter a word. See how many stones are before us. Truly, I can take a stone and force it into thy mouth and break thy jaws, man. Trip off this, man. They going back and forth, brothers. Judah don't know it's Joseph the whole time. He just like, look, man, I promised my father, man, that all his sons coming back. You understand? And if they don't come back, then hey, man, I might as well lay everything flat in Egypt, and I ain't gonna sheathe my sword. You understand? To everybody dead. And I'm starting with you. But Joseph right back at him, like, nigga, you ain't the only one strong, man. What you talking about? You ain't the only one that got might and power. Open your mouth, I'll close it. Yeah, they both rapping like, what it do then? What's good then? Nigga, you tell me what's good then. All right, verse 13. Yahweh said, Yahweh is witness between us, and we have not hitherto desired to battle with thee. Only give us our brother, and we will go from thee. And Joseph answered and said, as Pharaoh liveth, all the kings of Canaan came together with you. You should not take him from my hand. Right? He like, look, man, we ain't here to go to war, but you just let my brother go, man. He like, look, it don't matter if you brought everybody. I ain't letting them go. Now, therefore, go your way to your father, and your brother shall be unto me for a slave. For he has robbed the king's house. And Yahweh said, what is it to thee or to the character of the king? Surely the king sendeth forth from his house throughout the land silver and gold, either in gifts or expenses. And thou still talkest about thy cup, which thou didst place in our brother's bag, and sayest that he has stolen it from thee. Judah, like, man, stop lying. You put that cup in his bag. And what is a small little cup to you with all the riches you got? God forbid that our brother Benjamin or any of the seed of Abraham should do this thing to steal from thee or from anyone else, whether king, prince, or any man. Right, man, we don't steal. Now, therefore, cease this accusation, lest the whole earth hear your words. For a little silver, the king of Egypt wrangled with the men, and he accused them and took their brother for a slave. And Joseph answered and said, take unto you this cup, and go from me, and leave your brother for a slave, for it is the judgment of a thief to be a slave. Yahweh, I said, why art thou not ashamed of thy words? To leave our brother and to take thy cup? Surely, if thou givest us thy cup, or 1,000 times as much, we will not leave our brother for the silver which is found in the hand of any man, that we will not die over him. And Joseph answered, and why did you forsake your brother and sell him for 20 pieces of silver unto this day? And why then will you not do the same to this your brother? Now Joseph like, stop lying. You feel me? Joseph know the deal. Y'all sold me for 20 pieces of silver. What you mean? If I offered silver 1,000 times more, yes, you would. You already done sold your brother, right? And why did you forsake your brother and sell him for 20 pieces of silver until this day? And why then will you not do the same to what I said? Yahweh's witness between me and thee, that we desire not your battles. Now, therefore, give us our brother, and we will go from thee without quarreling. And Joseph answered and said, if all the kings of the land should assemble, they will not be able to take your brother from my hand. And Yahweh said, what shall we say unto our father when he seeth that our brother cometh not with us, and will grieve over him? And Joseph answered and said, this is the thing which you shall tell unto your father, saying, the rope has gone after the bucket. Wow. Wow. And Yahweh said, surely thou art a king, and why speakest thou these things, giving a false judgment? Woe unto the king who is like unto thee. And Joseph answered and said, there is no false judgment in the word that I spoke on account of your brother Joseph. For all of you sold him to the Midianites for 20 pieces of silver, and you all denied it to your father and said unto him, an evil beast has devoured him. Joseph has been torn to pieces. Judah said, behold, the fire of Shem burneth in my heart. Now I will burn all your land with fire. And Joseph answered and said, surely thy sister-in-law Tamar, who killed your sons, extinguished the fire of Shechem. Oh! Yahweh said, if I pluck out a single hair from my flesh, I will fill all Egypt with its blood. Joseph answered and said, such is your custom to do as you did to your brother whom you sold. And you dipped his coat in blood and brought it to your father in order that he might say, an evil beast devoured him, and here is his blood. And when Yahweh heard this thing, he was exceedingly wroth, and his anger burned within him. And there was before him in that place a stone, the weight of which was about 400 shekels. And Judah's anger was kindled, and he took the stone in one hand and cast it to the heavens and caught it with his left hand. Y'all look up how much weight is 400 shekels. Now look up how much weight is 400 shekels. All right. It says he took the stone in one hand and cast it to the heavens and cast it with his left hand. And he placed it afterward under his legs. And he sat upon it with all his strength, and the stone was turned into dust from the force of Yahweh. And Joseph saw the act of Judah. And he was very much afraid. Joseph like, dang, boy, he still got all that strength. But he commanded Manasseh his son, and he also did with another stone like unto the act of Yahweh. Yahweh said unto his brethren, let not any of you say this man is an Egyptian. By his doing, this thing he is of our father's family. So they starting to figure this thing out. Y'all see that? So even though Judah just did that, his nephew Manasseh just did the same thing, right? And just like Simeon told the sons of Jacob, Judah just said the same thing. Let not any of you say this man is an Egyptian. But by his doing, this thing he is of our father's family. He had to come up out of our father's loins to be able to do that. Why? Because there's a difference between the Egyptians, you understand, and Israelites. Right? Again, y'all read Exodus 11:7. There's a difference. Right? So when they seen that supernatural strength, that very same supernatural power that's lying dormant in all us, their descendants, when he saw it, he said, look, man, it's impossible. He can't be no Egyptian. He got to be about my father's family. Wow. Joseph said, not to you only is strength given. We are also powerful men. And why will you boast over us all? And Judah said unto Joseph, send, I pray thee, our brother, and ruin not thy country this day. He like, man, look, send my brother, man. Look, why should your country be watches your country be reduced to the Stone Age. But Judah talking about messing everything up. Judah is where they get the inspiration for the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, Banner was all good. You understand? Bruce Banner was all good until you got him angry. Once you got him angry, hey, you ain't want no smoke dealing with Judah, boy. Judah was a problem. And like I say on the comment board, and the Messiah is the lion of the tribe of Judah, man. You can only imagine. You understand when they say blood gonna flow up to the horse's brow? You can only imagine the war the Messiah is gonna bring to the inhabitants of this world, man. You can only imagine. And he's the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. And we reading about Judah right now, the leader of the pack. Verse 32. And Joseph answered and said unto them, go and tell your father an evil beast has devoured him, as you said concerning your brother Joseph. Yahweh spoke to his brother Naphtali, and he said unto him, make haste, go now and number all the streets of Egypt, and come and tell me. And Simeon said unto him, let not this thing be a trouble to thee. Now I will go to the mountain, take up one large stone from the mountain, and level it at everyone in Egypt, and kill all that are in it. So Judah tell Naphtali, hey, go number the streets off. This cat think I'm playing. He's like, man, look, I'm going to destroy your city, man. I'm going to destroy your kingdom, man. So being that Joseph said what he said, when Joseph was like, you know, tell your father a wild beast devoured, like you did your brother Joseph. Judah spoke to Naphtali, hey, go number the streets off. You come and tell me how many streets there are. And then Simeon go to a mountain, grab a large stone and say, look, I'm going to level it at everyone in Egypt and kill all that are in it. Joseph heard all these words that his brethren spoke before him, and they did not know that Joseph understood them. They imagined that he knew not to speak Hebrew. And Joseph was greatly afraid at the words of his brethren, lest they should destroy Egypt. And he commanded his son Manasseh, saying, go now, make haste, and gather unto me all the inhabitants of Egypt, and all the valiant men together, and let them come to me now upon horseback and on foot, and with all sorts of musical instruments. Manasseh went and did so. Naphtali went as Yahweh had commanded him, for Naphtali was light-footed as one of the swift stags, and he would go upon the ears of corn, they would not break unto him. So Naphtali was so fast, so light-footed, he can run on ears of corn and they wouldn't break. You see that? So fast and so light-footed. He's Flash. You see that? He's Flash. Y'all know the comic hero, the superhero Flash, that's Naphtali, right? I'm like Judah and Naphtali, we can number all the streets off. Judah told Naphtali, go number them streets off. We about to bring war to Egypt. Man, this is beautiful. We need to make a movie of this, like bro said. And he went and numbered all the streets of Egypt and found them to be 12. And he came hastily and told Yahweh, and Yahweh said unto his brethren, hasten you and put on every man his sword upon his loins, and we will come over Egypt and smite them all, and let not a remnant remain. And Yahweh said, behold, I will destroy 3 of the streets with my strength, and you shall each destroy 1 street. When Yahweh was speaking this thing, behold, the inhabitants of Egypt and all the mighty men came toward them with all sorts of musical instruments and with loud shout. And their number was 500 cavalry and 10,000 infantry and 400 men who could fight without sword or spear, only with their hands and strength. And all the mighty men came with a great storm and shouting, and they all surrounded the sons of Jacob and terrified them, and the ground quaked at the sound of their shout. And when the sons of Jacob saw these troops, they were greatly afraid of their lives. And Joseph did so in order to terrify the sons of Jacob to be tranquilized, like to calm them down, right? And Yahweh, seeing some of his brethren terrified, said unto them, why are you afraid while the grace of Yahweh is with us? And when Yahweh saw the people of Egypt surrounded them at the command of Joseph to terrify them, only Joseph commanded them, saying, do not touch any of them. And Judah hastened and drew his sword and uttered a loud and bitter scream. And he smote with his sword, and he sprang upon the ground, and he still continued to shout against all the people. And when he did this thing, Yahweh caused the terror of Judah and his brethren to fall upon the valiant men, and all the people that surrounded them. Yeah, you see, what Judah just did was invoke the presence of Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh. You feel me? Through his screeching, through his shout. And what the Most High do? He caused terror to fall upon these men. And they all fled at the sound of the shout. And they were terrified and fell one upon the other. And many of them died as they fell. And they all fled from before Judah and his brethren and from before Joseph. Now you're talking about 10,500. You're talking about 10,900 men versus 10 men. Now y'all see the scripture we was going over last week where it says one could chase 1,000. You seeing it right now. You see? It's over 10,000 men against 10 men. It's over 10,000 men against 10 brothers. You understand? And the Most High calls them to flee. He caused the terror of Judah and his brethren to fall upon the valiant men. All the people surrounded them. And they all fled at the sound of the shouting, and they were terrified and fell one upon the other. It was a stampede getting up out of there. And many of them died as they fell, and they all fled before Yahweh and his brethren and from before Yosef. Verse 46. While they were fleeing, Yahweh and his brethren pursued them into the house of Pharaoh. And they all escaped. Judah again sat before Joseph and roared at him like a lion and gave a great, tremendous shriek at him. Yeah, the Lion of Judah. Y'all see that? All right, so Judah like letting Joseph know, look, we ain't wanted to get to this. You feel me? But on account of Judah just shrieking and yelling, men died. The fear of Judah fell upon men. It was a stampede and everything. And a lot of people that fell ended up dying. You see this? These are your forefathers, Zion. Right? And this is what the elite feared. The elite feared that you done figured out how to tap back into your power. Because when you do that, guess what happens? Nothing or no one can stand against you, man. Nothing or no one. No man, no disease, nothing. It don't matter if you outnumber. You understand? It don't matter if you outnumber. It is what it is, all right? Trip off this. I'm gonna read that 46 again. That's powerful. And while they were fleeing, Judah and his brethren pursued them into the house of Pharaoh, and they all escaped. Judah again sat before Joseph and roared at him like a lion and gave a great and tremendous shriek at him. 47. And the shriek was heard at a distance, and all the inhabitants of Succoth heard it. And all Egypt quaked at the sound of the shriek, and also the walls of Egypt and of the land of Goshen fell in from the shaking of the earth. Pharaoh also fell from his throne upon the ground. And also all the pregnant women of Egypt and Goshen miscarried when they heard the noise of the shaking. They were terribly afraid. You mean to tell me that this loud shriek that Judah let off caused women to miscarry, man? We really don't even know how close we are, or how you know what I'm saying, how close and dear we are to the Almighty, man. You don't even know. You don't even know. You understand? This is powerful. And Bruce said the strength and courage of Judah. I'm in awe. I know, man. And a lot of time we don't be reading these, but see, the book of Joshua is mentioned in 2 Samuel 1 and 18 and Joshua 10 and 13. You feel me? The book of Joshua. It's crazy, but a lot of people are scared of this book. They're scared of it. You know what I'm saying? Especially those that came up in a certain curriculum. And it ain't just the camps either, y'all. There's a lot of assemblies that don't read this. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't just, you know what I'm saying, a camp thing. A lot of assemblies don't read this either. You understand? A lot of them call them funny books. Right? But what is somebody writing this for and lying? You understand? What are they lying about? Because trip off this, if this ain't us, this supposed to apply to the so-called Jew boy, the Jewish guy. And y'all know from reading this don't even sound like him. He's a scrub. They not athletes. They not skilled warriors. They scrubs. They can't run. They can't run like Naphtali. Why ain't no so-called Jewish people winning the 100-yard dash? They can't run like Judah and Naphtali. They can't shriek and cause women to miscarry, cause Pharaoh to fall off his throne, cause walls to fall down, cause people to fall off walls, collapse towers. Stop it, man. Y'all know good and well this is us. It ain't nobody else. It ain't nobody else. Yeah, it does. It gives a lot of clarification, man. It gives a lot of clarification. You say you need that book, Kimberly Lilly. Shalom, my sister, Kimberly Lilly. Sacredtext.com. I just type in, usually I just type in the book of Joshua and what chapters I want. And you'll see a link to sacredtext.com, and it's right there. It's right there. All right. Right here, verse 48. Now trip off this. Judah let off a shriek so powerful, so loud, that Pharaoh fell off his throne, and the women in Goshen and in the rest of Egypt miscarried. Now that's some power right there, boy. That's some power. You understand? He let off a shriek so much it caused a stampede. You understand? And everybody, well, majority of the people that fell died because they was trampled out. That's power, man. And I'm here to tell y'all that same power lie dormant within you. You are the sons and daughters of Jacob, man. You understand? And deep down in our enemy's subconscious, they ain't never forgot this because they are the children of their forefathers as well. They ain't forgot this. It's embedded in their subconscious. You see? And that's why when they see brothers walking together, they be like, break that up. You feel me? Shit, one of y'all is a problem, let alone two of you. You dig? And what happened? What the powers that be fear again is that you have tapped back into your power, your source, your God, man. That you're praying calculated prayers just like our forefathers, and you got to, and you done figured out how to get immediate results. You see? But you ain't gonna get that just sitting back playing with your thumbs, Zion, man. Get back to praying, get back to meditating. See it, feel it, claim it. You understand? Be serious with this thing, man, because this thing is real serious. Had we known prayer was a weapon, right, to defeat our enemies and to defeat any disease, you'd have took prayer way more serious. You understand? You took it way more serious. And that's our problem. We even play around with our prayers. Dear Father God, flowers and lollipops and candy. Come on, man. All right. This right here says, what she say, Kiviya, it's a Marvel movie with Captain America part, and when they spoke simple words from a book, it brainwashed them. That's the same being happening. Yeah, no doubt. So y'all seeing the inspiration for the comic book characters or the superheroes come from your forefathers, man. Yeah, you are the superheroes. All right, you are the superheroes, man. Real talk. All right. All right, verse 48. And Pharaoh sent word saying, what is this thing that has this day happened in the land of Egypt? And they came and told him all the things from beginning to end. And Pharaoh was alarmed, and he wondered and was greatly afraid. His fright increased when he heard all these things. And he sent to Joseph, saying, thou hast brought unto me the Hebrews to destroy all Egypt. Thou hast brought unto me the Hebrews to destroy all Egypt. What wilt thou do with that thievish slave? Send him away and let him go with his brethren, and let us not perish through their evil, even we, you and all Egypt. Pharaoh like Joseph, look, send their brother to him, man. You understand? Yeah, you done got the Hebrews up in here. We know what two of them did to the entire city of Shechem and the rest of the cities of the Amorites. We heard what the rest of them did to the rest of the kings of Canaan. Like, man, look, send them away before we all die because you hold one of them for ransom, right? Verse 50. If thou desirest not to do this thing, cast off from thee all my valuable things. Pharaoh, like, look, man, if you don't do what I'm telling you, you understand? You might as well be demoted. You understand? Take off all my valuable things that you got on and go with them to their land, if thou delightest in it. For they will this day destroy my whole country and slay all my people. Even all the women of Egypt have miscarried through their screams. See what they have done merely by their shouting and speaking? Moreover, if they fight with the sword, they will destroy the land. Now, therefore, choose that which thou desirest, whether me or the Hebrews, whether Egypt or the land of the Hebrews. And they came and told Joseph all the words of Pharaoh. They came and told Joseph all the words of Pharaoh that he had said concerning him. And Joseph was greatly afraid at the words of Pharaoh, and Judah and his brethren were still standing before Joseph, indignant and enraged. All the sons of Jacob roared at Joseph like the roaring of the sea and its waves. And Joseph was greatly afraid of his brethren on account of Pharaoh. And Joseph sought a pretext to make himself known unto his brethren, lest they should destroy all Egypt. Be like, look, it ain't got out of hand and went too far. Right? If I don't calm this down now, they're going to destroy Egypt. You understand? Every inhabitant in it. Y'all see what happened when the tribes link up? And this also, y'all, goes into or dispels the myth of those saying we shouldn't be striving to be united. Because when the tribes link up, man, supernatural stuff start happening. And that's why we endeavor to get brothers to link up. Our first step is to get brothers to sit down and discuss their differences. That's what War Ready Wednesdays is about. Got to discuss our differences. You understand? But trip off this. Brothers actually are sitting down and discussing what? Sports? A talk show? No, the Bible. You see? So that end, I rejoice. You feel me? Even though it be things you disagree with, I still rejoice in the fact that Israelites are coming together and discussing the Bible. You see? That's a beautiful thing because guess what? That's a step closer to the tribes linking up and not only us witnessing supernatural feats, but the entire world, man. The world know who you are. Understand that. The entire earth know who you are, Zion. All right? DC and Marvel Comics exposed the fear of Isra-Elite Supermen Part 2. I'm going to do a Part 3 tomorrow, y'all willing. You understand? I got more scriptures, man. I got so many scriptures. It's just, you feel me? The whole Bible is supernatural. Feel me? And now you see why trillions and zillions of dollars have been spent out on keeping you distracted, spent out on religion, spent out on different schools of thought, you understand, to keep you from understanding who you are and reactivating that which lieth dormant already in you, man. Yahweh Shah said in Luke the 17th chapter, verse 20 through 22, kingdom of heaven don't come by observation. It ain't gonna come by low look here or there, for the kingdom of God is already within you. It's already within you, man. But since it's within us, how about we reactivate that? You understand? Reactivate that. And that's what the elite fear. Like, remember when Joseph wrote that letter? Not Joseph, but Jacob wrote that letter to Joseph. He said, if I had prayed, you'd be dead. You see? And that's what the elite that's running this earth, the powers that be, they fear that the Most High going to start respecting our prayers shortly. You understand? Dang, they unite. They clicking up. It's only so long until the Most High start respecting their prayers and we start seeing immediate results. You understand? It's game over then. And everybody know it. All right? Everybody know it. All right, verse 52. Verse 52. And Joseph was greatly afraid of his brethren on account of Pharaoh, and Joseph sought a pretext to make himself known unto his brethren, lest they should destroy all Egypt. And Joseph commanded his son Manasseh. Manasseh went and approached Judah and placed his hand upon his shoulder, and the anger of Yahweh was stilled. Look at that, boy. Manasseh, boy, wasn't no joke as a youth, was he, boy? You done calmed the Incredible Hulk down, huh? And just by putting his hand on his shoulder, Yahweh said unto his brethren, let no one of you say that this is the act of an Egyptian youth. This is the work of my father's house. And Joseph, seeing and knowing that Judah's anger was stilled, he approached to speak unto Judah in the language of mildness. Joseph said unto Yahweh, surely you speak truth. And Joseph said unto Yahweh, surely you speak truth, and have this day verified your assertions concerning your strength. And may your power who delighteth in you increase your welfare. But tell me truly why you amongst all thy brethren dost thou wrangle with me on account of the lad, as none of them has spoken one word to me concerning him. Yahweh answered Joseph, saying, surely thou must know that I was security for the lad to his father, saying, if I brought him not unto him, I should bear his blame forever. Therefore have I approached thee from amongst all my brethren, for I saw that thou wast unwilling to suffer him to go from thee. Now therefore may I find grace in thy sight that thou shalt send him to go with us. And behold, I will remain as a substitute for him, to serve thee in whatever thou desirest. For wheresoever thou shalt send me, I will go to serve thee with great energy. So he's like, look, man, let my brother go. I'll be his servant. I became surety for him. I got to bear blame forever if he don't return back to his father, man. And I'm even willing to be your servant, man. Send me wherever. You see my strength. You know I'm a mercenary. You know I'm a head bustle. I'll serve you with great energy, but let my brother go, man. All right, 59. Send me now to a mighty king who has rebelled against thee, and thou shalt know what I will do unto him and unto his land. Although he may have cavalry and infantry or an exceeding mighty people, I will slay them all and bring the king's head before thee. Like, who you got a problem with? I'll bring you his head. It don't matter how many soldiers he got. He ain't messing with me. Boy, Judah wasn't no joke, boy. Judah wasn't no joke, man. He wasn't nothing to play around with, man. You know what I'm saying? He was nothing to play around with at all. He like, send me to whoever you got a problem with, I'll bring his head. All right. Dost thou not know, or hast thou not heard that our father Abraham with his servant Eleazar smote all the kings of Elam? See, that's another thing, y'all always remember. We come from a long line of warriors, man. A long line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and their sons were warriors. So that gene is in you. That gene is in you, man. And you see it in the streets. It's just the brother's energy and spirit are directed in the wrong direction. That brother's energy and their spirit is directed in the wrong direction, man. That's why we got to get our brothers about these streets and show them who they are. You understand? And direct their energy towards serving the Most High, Yahweh El Elyon. Period, man. That's what we supposed to be doing, right? Don't be afraid of your people, man. Them little brothers out in them streets going to war, killing each other. Those are your people. Those are your people. You understand? And they're warriors by blood. They warriors by nature, man. It's just they warring for the wrong cause now. You understand? Had they read this, like my little brother read this book. It was the first book he ever read in his life. He read this right here, and he couldn't believe it. Read the entire book of Joshua within a week. Couldn't believe all the history and stuff he was missing. He came right to me smiling like, man, that's us. I'm like, there you go. There you go. There you go. You feel me? He was convinced in his own mind we were Israelites. After I had been already saying it, he finally read it. I gave him the book of Joshua. Man, he read it so quick and was like, man, that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Where? So he says, dost thou not know, or hast thou not heard that our father Abraham and his servant Eleazar smote all the kings of Elam with their hosts in one night? They left not one remaining. And ever since that day, our father's strength was given unto us for an inheritance, for us and our seed forever, our sperm forever. You see? Do y'all see that? So I wasn't lying to y'all when I'm saying that these very supernatural feats are lying dormant within inside you. You just read what not Joseph, but Judah just said. Read again, verse 60. Dost thou not know, or hast thou not heard that our father Abraham with his servant Eleazar smote all the kings of Elam with their hosts in one night? Left not one remaining. Abraham had a warrior servant named Eleazar. About that life, right? And ever since that day, our father's strength was given unto us for an inheritance. Y'all see that? Y'all see what has been passed down to us, man? Our father's strength, our father's wisdom. You know what I'm saying? All these acts of supernatural and all that, man, all that's in you, Israel. There's a reason why the Most High call you a peculiar people. Why you think David, centuries later, was slaying lions and birds, man? Cutting heads off Goliath and all that. Why you think David had an army full of, he had an army, but then he had an elite squad of over 30 hitmen that would slay 800 men with one spirit. This is in you, Israel. And this is what the powers that be fear, right? And had we known this, man, we've been spending more time praying and meditating. You understand it? Drawing closer and closer to reactivate that which is already within us, drawing closer and closer to the Most High. Every breath you take is the Most High. Every breath you exhale is the Most High. You know what I'm saying? It calls you to be more responsible with your thoughts, your words, and your actions. You feel me? You know what kind of power is at your disposal? You don't even know. We don't even know, man. That's why it's good to read these books. All right? Now trip off this. Trip off this. It says right here, given unto us for an inheritance for us and our seed forever. So that includes you. And Joseph answered and said, you speak truth, and falsehood is not in your mouth. For it was also told unto us that the Hebrews have power, and that Yahweh their power delighteth much in them. And who then can stand before them? However, on this condition will I send your brother. If you will bring before me his brother, the son of his mother, of whom you said that he had gone from you down to Egypt. And it shall come to pass when you bring unto me his brother, I will take him in his stead, because not one of you was security for him to your father. And when he shall come unto me, I will then send with you his brother for whom you have been security. And Judah's anger was kindled against Joseph when he spoke this thing. And his eyes dropped blood with anger. And he said unto his brethren, how doth this man this day seek his own destruction? And that of all Egypt, Judah got so mad, he started crying blood, man. He's like, why is this man persistent in getting destroyed, man? I'm trying to chill. Don't make me angry, man. The Hulk got to come out at that point. Y'all see? And Simeon answered Joseph, saying, did we not tell thee at first that we knew not the particular spot to which he went, and whether he be dead or alive? And wherefore speaketh my Lord like unto these things? And Joseph, observing the countenance of Yahweh, discerned that his anger began to kindle when he spoke unto him, saying, bring unto me your other brother instead of this brother. And Joseph said unto his brethren, surely you said that your brother was either dead or lost. Now, if I should call him this day and he should come before you, would you give him unto me instead of his brother? Joseph began to speak and call out, Joseph, come this day before me, and appear to thy brethren and sit before them. And when Joseph spoke this thing before them, they looked each a different way to see from whence Joseph would come before them. They're like, dang, you hear it? And Joseph observed all their acts and said unto them, why do you look here and there? I am Joseph, whom you sold to Egypt. Now, therefore, let it not grieve you that you sold me. For as a support during the famine did Yahweh send me before you. Boy, you know their hearts fell out their chest, boy. I am your brother you sold. All because of jealousy, man. You did, but you see what happened? You see what happened? The Most High allowed that to happen, so guess what? The entire earth could be spared the famine. Wow. Wow. See? So even though things may be looking like there's no hope for you, Israel, may be looking like that. You know what I'm saying? Fear not. Because from your perspective, it may seem hopeless. From your perspective, you understand? But from the Most High's viewpoint, man, his vantage point, he just sets you up to be great in the land because you were humble. And then he exalted you. That's the whole thing with Joseph. All right. Verse 70. And his brethren were terrified at him when they heard the words of Joseph. Judah was exceedingly terrified at him. When Benjamin heard the words of Joseph, he was before them in the inner part of the house. And Benjamin ran unto Joseph, his brother, and embraced him and fell upon his neck, and they wept. When Joseph's brethren saw that Benjamin had fallen upon his brother's neck and wept with him, they also fell upon Joseph and embraced him. They wept a great weeping for Joseph. And the voice was heard in the house of Joseph that they were Joseph's brethren. And it pleased Pharaoh exceedingly, for he was afraid of them, lest they should destroy Egypt. Yeah. Your wisdom, your strength, you feel me? The things, the supernatural feats that our forefathers have done, it still ring bells today, Zion. They know who you are. They know who the Hebrews are. And they know how close we are to the Almighty, the creator of heaven and earth. They understand this. All right. And Pharaoh sent his servants unto Joseph to congratulate him concerning his brethren who had come to him. And all the captains of the armies and troops that were in Egypt came to rejoice with Joseph. And all Egypt rejoiced greatly about Joseph's brethren. And Pharaoh sent his servants to Joseph, saying, tell thy brethren to fetch all belonging to them. Let them come unto me, and I will place them in the best part of the land of Egypt. And they did so. And Joseph commanded him that was set over his house to bring out to his brethren gifts and garments. And he brought out to them many garments, being robes of royalty and many gifts. And Joseph divided them amongst his brethren. And he said, amongst his brethren, okay, 77. And he gave unto them each of his brethren a change of garments of gold and silver, and 300 pieces of silver. Joseph commanded them all to be dressed in these garments and to be brought before Pharaoh. And Pharaoh, seeing that all Joseph's brethren were valiant men and of beautiful appearance, he greatly rejoiced. And they afterward went out from the presence of Pharaoh to go to the land of Canaan to their father. And their brother Benjamin was with them. And Joseph rose up and gave unto them 11 chariots from Pharaoh. Joseph gave unto them his chariot upon which he rode on the day of his being crowned in Egypt, fetch his father to Egypt. Joseph sent to all his brothers' children garments according to their numbers, and 100 pieces of silver to each of them. He also sent garments to the wives of his brethren from the garments of the king's wives, and he sent them, hooked them up with all types of silver, gold, apparel, garments, all of it. It almost had you thinking the silver and gold that they spoiled and took from the Egyptians when we left during the Exodus was already ours. You feel me? I was the slaves with gold and silver. They must have took our stuff while we was in captivity, and we took it back. You understand? And all that silver and gold had to be given to us from Joseph. Wow. All right. All right, now trip off this. And then it says, and he also sent garments to the wives of his brethren from the garments of the king's wives, and he sent them. And he gave unto each of his brethren 10 men to go with them to the land of Canaan to serve them, to serve their children, and all belongs to them in coming to Egypt. And Joseph sent by the hand of his brother Benjamin 10 suits of garments for his 10 sons, a portion above the rest of the children of the sons of Jacob. And he sent to each 50 pieces of silver and 10 chariots on account of Pharaoh. And he sent to his father 10 asses laden with all the luxuries of Egypt, and 10 she-asses laden with corn and bread and nourishment for his father, and to all that were with him as provisions for the road. And he sent to his sister Dinah garments of silver and gold and frankincense and myrrh and aloes and women's ornaments in great plenty. And he sent the same from the wives of Pharaoh to the wives of Benjamin. And he gave unto all his brethren also to their wives all sorts onyx stones and bdellium, and from all the valuable things amongst the great people of Egypt. Nothing of all the costly things was left of what Joseph sent of to his father's household. Y'all hear that? It says, and from all the valuable things amongst the great people of Egypt, nothing of all the costly things was left. It all went to the sons of Jacob, right? But was left but what Joseph sent of to his father's household. And he sent his brethren away. They went, and he sent his brother Benjamin with them. And Joseph went out with them to accompany them on the road into the borders of Egypt. And he commanded them concerning his father and his household to come to Egypt. And he said unto them, do not quarrel on the road, for this thing was from Yahweh to keep a great people from starvation. For there will be yet 5 years of famine in the land. He's like, man, don't fight amongst yourselves, man. I know y'all feel bad about what happened, but this was the Most High's doing. And he commanded them, saying, when you come into the land of Canaan, do not come suddenly before my father in this affair, but act in your wisdom. Joseph ceased to command them, and he turned and went back to Egypt, and the sons of Jacob went to the land of Canaan with joy and cheerfulness to their father Jacob. They came unto the borders of the land, and they said to each other, what shall we do in this matter before our father? For if we come suddenly to him and tell him the matter, he will be greatly alarmed at our words and will not believe us. And they went along until they came nigh to their houses, and they found Sirach, the daughter of Asher, going forth to meet them. And the damsel was very good and subtle, and knew how to play upon the harp. And they called unto her, and she came before them, and she kissed them, and they took her and gave unto her a harp, saying, go now before our father, and sit before him, and strike upon the harp, and speak these words. And they commanded her to go into their house, and she took the harp and hastened before them, and she came and sat near Jacob, right, her grandfather. And she played well and sang and uttered in the sweetness of her words. Joseph, my uncle, is living, and he rules throughout the land of Egypt and is not dead. And she continued to repeat and utter these words. And Jacob heard her words, and they were agreeable to him. He listened while she repeated them twice and thrice, and joy entered the heart of Jacob at the sweetness of her words. And the spirit of Yod-Heh-Wah was upon him, and he knew all her words to be true. And Yaakov blessed Sirach when she spoke these words before him, and he said unto her, my daughter, may death never prevail over thee, for thou hast revived my spirit. Only speak yet before me as thou hast spoken. thou hast gladdened me with all thy words. And she continued to sing these words, and Jacob listened, and it pleased him, and he rejoiced. The spirit of Yod-Wah was upon him. While he was yet speaking with her, behold, his sons came to him with horses and chariots and royal garments and servants running before them. And Jacob rose up to meet them and saw his sons dressed in royal garments, and he saw all treasures that Joseph had sent to them. And they said unto him, be informed that our brother Joseph is living, and it is he who ruleth throughout the land of Egypt, and it is he who spoke unto us as we told thee. And Jacob heard all the words of his sons, and his heart palpitated at their words. You hear that? Heart almost stopped. Heart palpitated at their words, for he could not believe them until he saw all that Joseph had given them, and what he had sent him, and all the signs which Joseph had spoken unto them. They opened out before him and showed him all that Joseph had sent. They gave unto each what Joseph had sent him, and he knew that they had spoken the truth, and he rejoiced exceedingly on account of his son. And Jacob said, it is enough for me that my son Joseph is still living. I will go and see him before I die. And his sons told him all that had befallen them. And Jacob said, I will go down to Egypt, see my son and his offspring. Yaakov rose up and put on the garments which Joseph had sent him. And after he had washed and shaved his hair, he put upon his head the turban which Joseph had sent him. And all the people of Jacob's house and their wives put on the garments which Joseph had sent them, and they greatly rejoiced at Joseph that he was still living, that he was ruling in Egypt. All the inhabitants of Canaan heard this thing, and they came and rejoiced much with Jacob that he was still living. And Jacob made a feast for them for 3 days. And all the kings of Canaan and the nobles of the land ate and drank and rejoiced in the house of Jacob. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Y'all got some understanding, man. Y'all got some understanding. Go ahead and throw a 7 up here. Give me a 7 up in the chat, man. You come from a mighty and great people, Israel. You come from a mighty and great people. David Thompson, may the Most High bless you, preach. You come from a mighty and great people, man. You understand? Who are very close and very connected to the Almighty Yahweh. You understand? You do. Like, never sell that short. Always realize and remember how close you are to the Almighty. Always remember that the kingdom of heaven is within. We don't come by observation, right? Everything that's needed is already within you, man. Waiting for you to reactivate. It's lying dormant to reactivate, right? That's why we must get more calculated in our prayers, man. Right? They called the Most High by his name. They reminded him of his promises, and they were clear and direct in what it is that the Most High, that they wanted the Most High to do for them. You feel me? And that prayer was sent up in full faith and confidence, in full certainty, as certain as if you had anything in your hand and let it go, the law of gravity says what, it got to hit the ground, right? If you ask anything, it shall be given unto you. As certain as anything in your hand hits the ground if you let it go. You understand? And it's important for us to know that. It's important for us to know that. I want to go over there and show the supernatural powers, because this is what they still fear. Make no mistake about it. They still fear the fact, you understand, is you done figured out, or you done tap back in to what's called the source. All right? All praise, glory, and honor to the Most High. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right, I got a few other scriptures I want to read. They're going to be real quick. I'm going to do a part 3 to this, because there's more evidence in the scriptures, man, about how powerful our prayers are during times of war, dealing with the Maccabees and all that, the book of Judith. You feel me? But I want to go into John 14. And then I want to do Matthew 21 just real quick. I want to do John 14, 6 through 14, Matthew 21, 12 and 22. And then I'm going to close out. And y'all willing, I can do a part 3 tomorrow or even Monday. I'm supposed to be interviewing a brother, my L yourself, that got free online classes for the ancient Hebrew. And he also makes children Hebrew, ancient Paleo Hebrew workbooks. I actually use that to teach at the House of Zion Homeschool. So I'm supposed to be interviewing that brother tomorrow, Yahweh willing. But I do want to do part 3 to this. I think Akeem say he want to bring some out tomorrow too. So part 3 of this DC and Marvel Comics Exposed, the first Israeli Superman. Part 3 might not happen till Monday, but we'll see. We'll see. I got a whole bunch of scriptures, man. And the whole Bible, as we slow down and reread the Bible, the whole Bible is full of the history of our people and the supernatural exploits that they did. Feel me? And being that you descendants of these people, the very thing, the very force, we read it earlier. We inherited the power from our fathers, and this on not only the direct sons of Jacob, you understand, but it said on our seed forever. We inherited, you understand, what our forefathers had that were invoking the name of Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh. Always remember that. You inherited it. You were Israelite. You were Isra-Elite. You understand? You're an elite status, right? Just like everybody, few people may be in the Navy, but everybody's not a Navy SEAL. You understand? The Israelites are elite, and it's important. You understand that we understand this. It's important that we understand this, man. My sister Noga Israel, Shalom, my sister, bro, Yahudiah, all praise, Shalom, all praise, glory. Now, all right, so next, as always, the verses are gonna be up here on the screen, so y'all check it out. I'm switching over now. I'm gonna close out with Matthew 21, 12 to 22. I'm gonna show that, and y'all see I got other scriptures pulled up too, and it's so many, y'all. It show the power of our prayers and everything, man. It's beautiful. You understand? Straight beautiful. We got more wars in the book of Jasher too that we need to get into. More wars, man. You start seeing more and more supernatural exploits. We're gonna get to that book of Maccabees too, with Judah Maccabee and them, more supernatural exploits. But you notice when they were jammed up, they always called the Most High by his name, remembered his promises, and was direct in what it is they wanted the Most High to do. You understand? They visualized it, they felt it, they claimed it. Feel me? Offer their prayers up in full confidence and full faith in the Most High. Thundered and answered. These same prayers that worked for them, these same keys that opened up or unlocked the presence of the Most High can work for you as well. You understand? You are marvelous. Messiah said it. What did Messiah say? You are the salt of the earth. Straight up, man. You are the salt of the earth. You the flavor. You understand? You the flavor. Understand? Never forget that, Zion. You are the flavor of the earth. All right, bing, bing, bang. Okay, may the Most High bless you, Tata. All praise. All right, I'm gonna get down to this Matthew 21. Is up on the board. We're gonna get the rest of these scriptures when I do a part 3, because there's so many, man. You know what I'm saying? Going into the prayer and there's just so many of them. All right, all praises, glory, and honor to the Most High, owner, creator, and possessor of all things, man. Allah, Lord, Yah. Okay, this right here is Matthew 21. Matthew 21. Y'all pay attention to this. May the Most High bless y'all. Most High bless y'all, man. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, we seen the sister Queen. I know who I am. Sister Queen. She was on one of the she was on last Shabbat. I believe she was in the room. You feel me? So the sister good. She chilling and all that, man. Handling business. All right. All praise to the Most High, Mikael ben Israel, man. All praise to our power. Your power is real. Feel me? And what he gave us is lying dormant right within inside of us, man. We are these people. All right. Matthew 21, verse 12. And Yahushua went into the temple of Yahweh and cast out all them that sold and bought in the temple, and overthrew the tables of money changers and the seats of them that sold doves, and said unto them, it is written, my house should be called the house of prayer. But ye have made it a den of thieves. The blind and the lame came to him in the temple, and he healed them. Power. See that? Power. You had that power. Yahushua said it, you're going to do greater works than me. You have that power, man. The whole mission is to become like Hamashiach. That's your mission, man. To operate and regulate like God on this earth. Because that's what he did. He operated and regulated like his father. You understand? His father, Yahweh. I ain't talking about Joseph. His father, right? You're supposed to do the same. Operate and regulate Israel. All right? I'll trip off this. It says right here, and he healed them, right? And when the chief priests and scribes saw the wonderful things that he did, and the children crying in the temple and saying, Hosanna, which means save now, Hoshiana, save now to the son of David, they were sore displeased and said unto him, hearest thou what these say? Yahushua saith unto them, yeah, have ye never read out of the mouth of babes and sucklings thou hast perfected praise? And he left them and went out of the city into Bethany, and he lodged there. Now in the morning, as he returned into the city, he hungered. And when he saw a fig tree in the way, he came to it, found nothing thereon, but leaves only, and said unto it, let no fruit grow on thee henceforth forward forever. And presently the fig tree withered away. So he cursed the fig tree because guess what? A fig tree is supposed to have figs. If you're not fulfilling your spiritual purpose, Zion, guess what? You're going to be cursed. Fulfill your purpose, man. All of us were created for a reason. Fulfill the purpose the Most High has for your life, man. Fulfill that. Don't be like this cursed fig tree right here. You understand? What good are you if you're a fig tree, but you're producing no figs? What good are you if you're an Israelite, but you're not spreading the gospel? You don't follow a Mashiach. What good are you? All right? And it says right here, but leaves only, and said unto it, let no fruit grow on thee henceforward forever. And presently the fig tree withered away. And when the disciples saw it, they marveled, saying, how soon is the fig tree withered away? Right? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, verily I say unto you, if you have faith, which is a strong conviction, fully persuaded, right? And doubt not, because doubt is the enemy of your faith. You should not only do this which is done to the fig tree, but also if ye shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, it shall be done. In all things, not some things, in all things, whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing, you shall receive. So it's a certainty that comes with prayer, right? As certain as you drop something out your hand, it's going to hit the floor. As certain, he say, in all things, whatsoever you should ask in prayer, believe in, not doubt. Believe it, feel it, see it, claim it, right? You shall receive that. Now, either this is just a soothing read, either this is ink on paper, or you really believe this, Zion. I believe that. You understand? And the Messiah, look, for 2,000 years, been trying to give us the keys, man. Giving us the keys, you understand, to unlock that which is already dormant within inside of you, man. You got it. He just told you, man, all things whatsoever you shall ask, believing, which means in faith, having a strong conviction, being fully persuaded, you shall receive it. As certain as whatever you let out your hand hit the floor. You feel me? Whatever you ask in faith is coming. Know that and claim that, Zion. Notice he said, if you have faith and doubt not, you shall not only do this which is done to the fig tree, but also if you shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed and be thou cast into the sea, it shall be done. He just told you, you got power, man. We got power. He said, man, look, not only what happened to this fig tree, like, look, that's light work. You can tell a mountain remove out of its place. And then some people like, man, I don't know. But even, you know what I'm saying, I was watching a video not that long ago, and it was going into how speaking positively even to what you're growing helps it yield faster. You know what I'm saying? In other words, you can speak to your plants. Of course, you're nourishing and doing all that, you know what I'm saying? But speaking to your plants righteousness, feel me? Speaking to that which is growing, putting those righteous vibrations on anything that's growing, whether it be your plants, whether it be your unborn children in their mother's womb, speaking to that which still must come forth, you understand, does great wonders. So it wasn't a surprise to me when I read he cursed the fig tree and it withered. You understand? Because your words are very powerful. Believe it. You understand? Words are powerful, man. Words are very powerful. Dig? And that's why he told us, hey, every other word you speak, you shall give account of in the day of judgment. By your words, you shall be justified, and by your words, you shall be condemned. We have to be more responsible with our thoughts, with our talk, and in our deeds, man. You know what I'm saying? Focus, Zion. It's too easy to start motor mouthing MF for this, and mother F for this, and mother. Focus. Focus. Become like Hamashiach, man. He told you you could. The scripture tell you, be ye perfect, for as your Father in heaven is perfect. You can do it. You can do it. You just don't believe it. That's the problem. It's a belief thing. It's a mind or a mental thing. That's what it is. All right. Oh, praise. John 14, 6-14, last scripture, y'all. Yahweh shall say unto him, I am the way. I am. Two of the most powerful words you can utter in the English language. I am. Feel me? Stop saying stuff like I ain't sick. I ain't tired. Start saying stuff like I am righteous. You understand? I am just. I am a priest of the Most High Yah. I am a righteous brother. I am a righteous husband. I am a righteous father. You feel me? So I speak in these things, man. You spend enough of your life speaking death, doubting and speaking doubt and speaking death. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So he said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. If you had known me, you should have known my Father also. From henceforth you know him and have seen him. Philip saith unto him, Master, show us the Father, and it sufficeth us. Yahweh saith unto him, have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? He that have seen me have seen the Father. And how sayest thou then, show us the Father? He like, look, I'm the image of my Father. Feel me? The Messiah actually is the prototype on how all man should worship the Father perfectly. You feel me? Like you're an image of the Most High Yahweh El Elyon. That's who you are. You're a reflection of His. You feel me? The Most High is supposed to be able to look on His image and be like, and say, "Ooh, I'm looking good. I'm well pleased." You see? So the Messiah who never sinned, who never went against his Father, he's like, "Look, you looking at me? You done looked at the Father." Right? So he says, verse 10, believest thou that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the works. Y'all see that? He doeth the works. Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very works' sake. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also. And greater works than these shall he do. Y'all hear that? That's a promise. That's a promise, man. You got power and don't even know it. You got power and wasting your time. You feel me? Fading to black. That's our problem. You got power and spend wasting your time playing. That's our problem as a people. You understand? Man up, Israel. All right. So it say right here, I'm gonna say it again. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also. And greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. And whatsoever you shall ask in my name or my authority, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. 14. Believe this with every ounce of certainty. Akoti. You feel me? Akim and Akio, my brothers and sisters. All right. Believe this with every ounce of certainty. If you ain't never believed nothing else in your life, if you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. Huh? I will do it. Believe that. Take that to the bank, man. That's certain. That's certain. You see that? All praises, glory, and honor to the Most High, owner, creator, and possessor of all things. I'm going to go ahead and end this with a psalm. Let's face Jerusalem, family. Let's face Jerusalem no matter where you at. On this perspective planet. Let's face Jerusalem. And we're going to read Psalm, what is it, 50, 60, 70, 80. It's Psalm 87. I'll face Jerusalem, closing prayer. Psalm 87, man. All praises, glory to the Most High, owner, creator, and possessor of all things. All right, Psalm 87, closing prayer. Closing prayer. We got a part 3, probably a part 4 that's coming up too, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We want to inspire our people to strive to be perfect. Man, strive to unlock that which is lying dormant in you. We read earlier today that what Abraham had was inherited through his seeds after him, man. Feel me? So being that we are these people, guess what? You got the power as well. All right. So Psalm 87, everybody face Jerusalem. All right. We're going to pray out Psalm 87, the Most High's permission. A psalm or song for the sons of Korah. His foundation is in the holy mountain. Yahweh loveth the gates of Zion more than all the dwellings of Yaakov. Glorious things are spoken of thee, O city of Yahweh. Selah. I will make mention of Rahab and Babylon, to them that know me. Behold, Philistia and Tyre with Ethiopia. This man was born there. And of Zion it shall be said, this and that man was born in her. The highest himself shall establish her. Yahweh shall count when he writeth up the people, that this man was born there. Selah. As well the singers as the players on instruments shall be there. All my springs are in thee. Hallelujah. Selah. Yahoo, Yahoo. All praises, glory, and honor to the Most High family, owner, creator, and possessor of all things. Let me go ahead and take this screen share off real quick. You know what I'm saying? Get with the fam real quick. Hallelujah. I pray y'all was edified. I pray everybody was edified and got some understanding, you understand, concerning who we are and how close we are to the Most High. DC and Marvel Comics exposed the fear of Isra-Elite Supermen. That was part 2. We got a part 3 coming, man. So many scriptures, man. Once I sat down and read about how one could chase 1,000 and 2 could put 10,000 to flight, and all the wars in the books of Jasher start popping up, you know what I'm saying? I was like, dang. You feel me? Then got into, you know, David and his mighty men. We got Judah Maccabee and his mighty men and his army coming up. We got all, look, your whole history. You feel me? Come from a long line of supernatural, spiritual warriors, man. You understand? And the very breath of life that you have in your lungs, you understand? That's an extension of Yahweh. You feel me? And his breath is eternal. Your very soul, your very conscience, your mind, you understand? Is an extension of the eternity of Yod Hey Why. Believe that, know that. See it, feel it, claim it. You understand? All praise, glory, and honor to the Most High, owner, creator, and possessor of all things. Before I close out, man, anybody got any questions? Anybody? Poppy says she just downloaded the book of Joshua. I feel you, man. The book of Joshua, dope. It go hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. Allah, Lord, yeah, man. I pray the Most High continue to allow me to stay diligent and to keep bringing forth, you understand, lessons to feed and edify his flock, man. Hallelujah. All praise, glory, and honor. You understand? I was told a long time ago, stay humble. You understand? Don't take credit for nothing. And the Most High continue to increase you. Feel me? So as I say the same thing to the new brothers and sisters that's around now, same thing I was told. Stay humble, man. You understand? Don't take credit for nothing. All praise to the Most High. Did. All right. Bang, bang, bang. That was the closing prayer. All praise to the Most High. Standing lesson. Hallelujah. Sister Seraphina. Howard Brown, my Jamaican brother. Selah means to pause. In essence, it just means to reflect. You know what I'm saying? Reflect or meditate. You understand? But it's actually a musical term. That's how you know the Psalms is written. You know, the Psalms of Psalms. This right here is the book of Psalms in Hebrew. I was talking about earlier. I actually go through this and read the Psalms in Hebrew and in English. I open up something for you. Y'all can get this off Amazon. It's called the Book of Psalms with an interlinear translation. As you open it up, y'all can see the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? And you can see the English right up under there. You can know exactly what it is you read. Feel me? And you know, you start harmonizing this stuff because these are songs. This is a book of David's songs. We all know David had the keys to invoke the Most High, man. David was doing a lot of these mighty acts. We just read what Judah was doing. Well, David's out the tribe of Judah. You understand? So, you know, get y'all this if y'all can, man. Go on Amazon. You understand? It's called the Book of Psalms. Book of Psalms with an interlinear translation. All right. Support Tehillim, the Book of Psalms right up there. Support Tehillim. See, the book of Psalms. Y'all check this out. It'd be good when, like, when you get your meditation on or whatever. Or there's a lot of healing prayers in her too. Like Psalm 6th chapter is a healing prayer. You be surprised, you know what I'm saying, if you harmonize that in faith and read that in faith over the sick and how they recover. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing, man. It's truly amazing. It's truly amazing. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You know what I'm saying? If y'all ain't got no questions, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, question, why do people shy away from the book of Joshua? Because, yeah, it does look like musical notes, all right? But people shy away from the book of Joshua, even though it's written in 2 Samuel 1:18 and Joshua 10:13. The book of Joshua is mentioned twice in the scripture. But people shy away from it because it goes against the curriculum that they've learned the whole time, no matter if it's a camp they came out of or a congregation. You feel me? Some people actually teach a certain curriculum. Like, if you're going to be a part of their assembly or body, you got to get down like this. You feel me? And, there is truths in there that exposes the doctrine that they're teaching. So that's why. You understand? That's why. A lot of people shy away from it. But if you ain't scared, go ahead and get on down with it. She said, why I choose the name Malachi? I wasn't actually, I was named Malachi Maccabee. By the brothers here in the STL. Malachi means messenger or my messenger. You understand? Or my angel. And Maccabee actually means hammer. So roughly translated, my name means hard message. You understand? Some of the brothers call me Hammer right now. What up, Hammer? Because Maccabee actually means hammer. You understand? And Malachi actually means messenger or my messenger. It also means angel, or my angel. You understand? Because angels come with a message. Feel me? So I actually was named that. You know what I'm saying? And just usually somebody peep your spirit and see how it is you are. This was like, you know what I'm saying, hard messenger. Like the message you bring, just, it hit like steel. So, you know what I'm saying? All praise, glory, and honor. That's why. So I hope that answered your question. Michelle Lee, my Jamaican brethren, my New Jersey sister, please forgive me. I'm so used to hollering at Howard Brown. My Ak and his family. May the Most High bless you, my sister Michelle Lee Cabral. Okay, thanks. All praises, man. What happens after Mashiach millennial reign on earth? What happens after the millennial reign is Revelation 21. I'll go ahead and read that when you get a chance. He reigns for 1,000 years, and according to 1 Corinthians 15, verses 20 through 24, he delivers up the kingdom to the Most High. You understand? So read that Revelation, the 21st chapter. You see what happens after the 1,000-year millennial reign. It's basically a cleansing period of the earth. The earth has to be cleansed before the kingdom of heaven, New Jerusalem, can descend and sit right here. No doubt. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. So read that Revelation 21 about that. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Why do some people discount the book of Jubilees? The same reason. Same reason for the book of Joshua. You know what I'm saying? They call them funny books. But when you get down to it, sister, it's because, again, it debunks the doctrine that they've been teaching this whole time. You understand? People start asking questions. You can have, like, you got the mind control of all these individuals, and then people come in and start asking questions like, well, look, in the book of Joshua, say this. In the book of Joshua, they be like, oh, the hell with the book of Joshua. It's the wrong one. That's what you'll be hearing. It's the wrong one. Well, which one is the right one? Which one is the right one? If you qualify to say something is wrong, then you know what the right one is. No one ever even showed what the right one is. So, same with the reason why they shy away from Jubilee. Some of them call it Jubilize. The reason a lot of them shy away from it is the same reason they do Joshua. It debunks their doctrine. You understand? And a lot of people, instead of humbling down and saying, you know what, let's take another look at that. You know what I'm saying? They rather continue on what it is they're doing. So that's the reason why. Doubt, like you're talking about the mothers. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Mally, did Yaakov cut off Esau's head or his grandson? That was a mute. That's in Joshua out there. Which one was it? Was it Dan or I got to refresh on that, Sister Nova. I forgot which one. But you know, again, chew the meat, spit out the bones. I forgot. You know what I'm saying? I ain't read the story in so long. Yaakov cut off, David cut off Esau's head over his grandson. I think it was his grandson. It was like Danite, I believe. You understand? But we'll get into it. Michelle Cabral, how long you been in the truth, brother? 14 years next year, so 13 right now as we speak. Y'all willing, I make it 2019, 14 years. I've been in the scripture since I've been 23 years old. Heard it when I was 21, but the increase came when I was 23. All right, if it doesn't contradict the 66, what's the problem? And it shouldn't be a problem. You know what I'm saying? All praises, glory, and honor to the Most High. Yeah, I've been active in the truth since 2005. Active. You know what I'm saying? Not part-time. You know what I'm saying? Not you know what I'm saying, taking weeks off and months off and years off. I've been active in the truth since 2005. Week in, week out. You know what I'm saying? Whether we in the streets or whether we in doing classes or whatever. Making music. I've been active in the truth, proactive. You understand? I ain't never got bored in the truth. Some brothers get bored, but I'm bored and they fall off and I ain't never got bored. There's always something to do. You understand? So that's what that about. All right. I came across the book of Gad. No, I ain't came across that book. You read about that. Also the book of Iddo. You read about that. No, I ain't never came across that book. I told our trooper when I was teaching. Hallelujah. Heard at 21, now 23. It's been a year. Out the mud water. Hey, bro, I was a young man writing your shoes. You know what I'm saying? I was writing your shoes, man. And by the time I was 25, I believe, because I should have, once the increase came at 23, I started teaching right around 25, 26, because I shut myself in for like 2-3 years. If I'm gonna teach this, I need to know. You feel me? So I shut myself off from society for like 2-3 years, man. Just study. You know what I'm saying? Just study. It came out busting. You know what I'm saying? And been busting ever since. So nah, no boredom in this walk at all. No boredom in this walk at all. Okay, where can I find the 1,000-year reign scripture? The 1,000-year reign scripture is in Revelation, the 20th chapter, verse 4 on down. You're gonna see about the martyrs of Yahushua and how they get beheaded for the truth. But they make the first resurrection and reign with him for 1,000 years. That's beautiful. Just woke up. I'm straight study mode since. No doubt, no doubt. And trip off this, no matter when you get it. No matter when you got, I know brothers that woke up in their 50s. Thank the most time you woke up, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I did, bro. Before I came out teaching, and then, man, look, I studied for like 2 to 3 years. I studied. That's all I did. Everybody thought I was losing my mind and going crazy. You know, it's crazy because at the time I had no job either. So that added more to the, you know what I'm saying, the suspicion. This nigga lost his mind. He ain't got no job. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. You know, I wasn't so quick to go get a line in. I was focused. Just focused, man. You feel me? And that's where my increase came. The increase the Most High gave me came when I separated myself from all the madness and just focused on him. You feel me? If I'm gonna teach this, I gotta know what I'm doing. I can't, because I got a family that'll join you out the house. You understand? So if I'm gonna go around my family with this, I gotta know what I'm talking about. And now when I come around, they, because I'm never gonna be walking on eggshells and needles just because of you, right? Now when I come around, they warn people before I get there. Look, don't say nothing about the Bible, don't say nothing about life, the news, nothing, because he's gonna bring something out and he's gonna get them started, and he's gonna be talking about that Bible. Yeah, that's right. You better warn everybody. You better warn them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, salute Dread Chapman. Hey, I was told that too. You know what I'm saying? My first wife thought I was crazy as mug. I say, would you recommend the Judith? Hey, I wouldn't recommend the Judas fast. Pushing the God, not in a month such as August, where it ain't no feast days. If it ain't no feast days in the month, I wouldn't recommend the Judas fast, man. At least let it be a month where some feast days coming up, and you know what I'm saying. But hey, I ain't saying it can't get done. I ain't saying it can't get done. But hey, if y'all gonna do that Judith fast, sisters, because I know some sisters claim they're gonna do the Judith fast, and they claim they was declaring it in the month of August. And I told them, I said, y'all know y'all finna eat 4 times this month. Ain't no feast days in August. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that's about, man. Okay, where we get? Bang. Better late than never. That's right. It's all good. Shalom family. MK tribe. Shalom. Shalom, Shebrew. Yeah. That's how I be. Here comes Moses. Yeah, that's how they be. Poppy, you already know. Pop for a book of like, oh yeah, you gonna hear people because they don't understand like certain stories in the apocrypha, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't dealt with them before too. We ran into, precepts and then went back to the scripture and showed the same thing. So it was like, what's the problem? It's saying the same thing the scripture is saying. But a lot of people be stuck in their, you know what I'm saying, their frame of thought. Unless you're willing to stay there and wage war against that stronghold, then you really shouldn't even be talking against it. Like if it's a stronghold and it's a belief that somebody has that's off, if you ain't willing to wage war against that, and what I mean is like the Romans didn't sack Jerusalem in one day. That was a 7-year campaign. So trip off the Romans sacking Jerusalem, Jerusalem will be the stronghold. You know what I'm saying? Jerusalem will be the stronghold, right? But the Romans had to have patience to take Jerusalem down. Same thing you got to do when you're taking down a belief out of someone's mind that has been deeply rooted. You got to be willing to wage a long campaign against that to uproot. You did a 3-day fast, almost lost it. Oh no, Poppy, what you doing, girl? Only 8 points that he disagreed with. Only 8 points. Oh yeah, we would have just rebutted all that. Do I still go to the Hebrew Radio Network? If you decide to, Shebrew. If you decide to. Now I know why the hope comes out of me when I fast. It's because I'm Judah. That's right. Fasting is like medicine. It's bittersweet. I think that's why the Most High is waking up the younger folks first. A lot of older people are set in their ways. Not a lot, not all, but a lot. No doubt. No doubt, man. But it's always been that. It's always been that, y'all. Look, I'm about to get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Probably go get with a couple of brothers and the sisters. We fellowship a little bit. You dig? None of my sperms are around. My short leggers. They out kicking it. They just went out and got around some more short leggers, so they all chilling. I'm probably about to get on out and do a little bit of fellowship and then come on back to the crib. I want to thank y'all all for y'all prayers and support once again. I mean, if you still go to the network, no. It's just how family is. Sometimes family argue. So no, I'm not on the network no more. Shit, bro. But that don't mean that don't mean ain't lessons and all that ain't going forth. So awesome lesson, Mally. My sister Joy. I'm waiting for another one of your petty posts. But right on, sister. May the Most High bless you and your household. Bless up, Shalom. All right, y'all. So I'm out of here. May the Most High bless y'all, increase you, and cause His face to shine upon you. I love y'all, man. Indeed and in truth. But we got more lessons coming. We loaded up over here. Loaded. So we ready to get it. All right. Thank y'all for y'all prayers and support. She say my eggs still going. Yeah, my sperm out kicking it with other sperms. No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, my email, you got his emails, honor and humility, STL. You send your questions there, sister. Yeah, I'll be taking like questions at the end. Ain't no questions, but ain't no such thing as a dumb question. Always remember that, y'all. Ain't no such thing. Bang, bang, bang. And that's for the sister, Sarah Yashibru. Yeah, my email's honor and humility, STL at Gmail. I'll just put it in there. All right. So until the next time, y'all. Most High be with us all. In the name of His only begotten Son. Yahoo!